I'm
fine.
pretty today.
Cowabunga it is then. Jesus.
Cowabunga?
Cowabunga it is. Alright, hello
about-
everybody, we're here. I'm Flat.
We're here. We're here. I'm here.
I think we're here.
You know.
I'm
you
here
know
now.
Flat
I used-
Live.
I'm 2D.
Don't worry. A couple years of HRT will take care of that.
See, they tell you that, but a big part of it is also your diet.
I am 2 years
It is
in
true,
and I'm
yeah.
barely got I've just barely got B cups, Jade. Fuck you.
What did I just say?
In my defense, I did eat like 3.5 like chocolate chip white chocolate chip macadamia waffles for breakfast at like 5 in the afternoon. Does that count? Is that a good diet? I don't know.
I ate an entire
Yeah,
emotions
probably.
pizza, so I don't know.
Liv, how much do you weigh?
Not a lot.
I think I figured out why. Well, you weigh 120 pounds. Don't ask why.
I think it. Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's a weird flex, no?
No, it's just a running joke me and Liv have. Because I'm 5'3", but I weigh the exact same amount as Liv.
When me and Zeno first when we first like started talking, I was like 6'2", and we were
And
the
we
same
both-
weight.
And it was just a running joke that Liv just doesn't eat that much.
But
Thanks
it's
to
not
HRT,
still.
I'm now 5'9", and I'm still the same weight.
Mhm.
Thank you for the resub, Kadalbulk. Okay, so I should actually probably get my music going.
Wait, Lennon has a new outfit.
Yes, Vampire Lemon.
It's Halloween. I'm Dracula.
Very cute.
Vampire.
Yay!
An
What?
entire Dracula. Oh
Whole Dracula.
my god. The
Adorable.
Dracusi.
Down, Liv.
I'm
Calm
sorry.
down.
What?
Huh?
What?
What?
The Dracusi.
Alright.
I don't know how to
Lennon,
respond to that.
Lennon, be careful around Liv. Is all I can say.
Shut! Shut!
We know why you're not allowed to put vampires in these games, Liv.
So are you vampire or goblin?
Actually-
or vampire?
What? No, I'm a Dracula.
Oh!
Yeah, that tracks. Also, on that note, I will say that my character is immune to vampires. Because vampires can't touch running water, and I'm a water genasi monk, and so
Yeah.
I am running water.
No.
I mean, I
mean-
don't think they would have fun biting Lorson either.
Lorson could only actually get attacked by a vampire dwarf, which is a different strain of vampirism in this world.
A vorf, if you will.
I need a...
Don't
Sorry,
say
I'm
that.
sorry.
Don't say that.
So I haven't figured out like how vampire
Oh,
dwarves
I
work.
lost it halfway through.
I haven't figured out how vampire dwarves work in this scenario, but like my brain just goes, what if they just replace their heartstone with a bloodstone and that's just it? Like they're just like this like sub race of dwarves that are just like they don't make their own bodies. They're
ew.
just like parasitic bloodstones and they get inside a dwarf and turn them into a vampire.
That's
That-
gross. I love
That'd
it.
be cool.
Happy
like-
Halloween, everyone.
Happy Halloween. Maybe
Merry
I'll do-
Halloween!
Maybe if I don't drive them off before next year's Halloween will have like a vampire dwarf themed one shot. Who knows?
Something about goblins.
Something about goblins. Something about
Very
dwarves.
spookmas.
Goblin,
Very
goblin, something,
smookamus.
Spooky.
something. PK incoming.
No. All right. I mean, hopefully not. Hopefully you guys aren't dumb enough. All right.
Secret spooky episode, and then suddenly it's all a
Do you
dream.
want to test that theory, Liv?
I mean,
Liv,
look,
what's the worst that could happen?
you all
Wait, are we
die.
doing a secret spooky episode?
What?
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 It's
What?
Halloween.
No, you.
I don't know.
I
What's
really-
going on?
I
Where are
really
we?
did- I really
where did
did-
we leave off?
I really did want to do a secret spooky episode, but like where we left off is kind of like, oh, there's like no room for it. So instead you get plot. So who does remember what happened last time?
I believe we were gonna meet up with the big spooky dealer that these kobolds been working with.
I walked into the kobold home, grabbed a beer out of the freezer, sat down on their couch uninvited, and said, "So here's the deal." That's what I remember.
No,
That's-
No, Jade, you didn't grab a beer, you grabbed a Kool-Aid jammer.
True.
Like
True.
specifically the American Kool-Aid jammers, because I call something else in Canada and I don't remember what they're called. The
I do
plastic,
recall there being
Like
confusion
bursts,
over
I
the
this.
think.
plastic, the
Yeah.
plastic bottle ones that tear up your mouth.
I think it was the bursts.
Burst, yeah,
Mhm.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah, the
That's
burst.
just dumb. That's just dumb. I'm never calling them anything. I will move to Canada if a fucking Republican president gets elected, and I will still call it a jammer. I do not care. Yeah. You went in. You re-traumatized these kobolds, and you what?
My brain somehow hinged together some connection between the president's political direction being what
Hey,
the
so
Kool-Aid
anyways,
Jammers
anyways,
decisions.
Thank you.
any
Lemon.
entirely ways.
Yes,
Let us
let's
play
keep
a
going.
D&D game today, I would suggest.
I just linked the wrong reasoning is all I was saying.
Guys, it hasn't been a minute yet. Like, unironically. Come on, let's get it going. Do you find that funny, Liv?
I'm campaigning on the platform of Kool-Aid jammers.
Okay.
I'm sorry, that just got me for
I
some reason.
apologize. Where did we leave?
Okay, sorry. Oh fuck. Okay. So yeah, so you came in, you re-traumatized these kobolds, and they were insistent that they need to obtain a certain amount of gold. I think they said it was like 1,000 gold every month.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yes.
and I believe Eddie tried to convince them that they were getting scammed.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
that did not go well for you.
Oh, and fantastic.
No, it did not, because you failed it. But then I think you intimidated them to basically be like, hey, let us come along on your next drop off. Right? Or am
Mhm.
I.
No, it went fantastic, and they have I sparked concern in them, if nothing else, and that is plenty. And then, yes, we are going to go along on the next drop and meet the individual who they're giving, because I smell a scam. And, well,
Yeah.
also the landlord is smuggling garden gnomes. That is also very important for some reason.
Oh yeah, someone's smuggling. Oh, snuggling. Someone is snuggling garden gnomes. Um. Fucking. I'm trying to think like what else happened because oh yeah, fucking Jade. You started smuggling Tresem from Tresemir all
Oh,
the
yeah.
way back Powder
It's going great.
and you made a lot of money, but word got back to the guards, and now you're wanted, and you've done the one unforgivable crime in the kingdom, and that's taken money out of the economy.
I mean, I'm a smuggler. It's kind of my thing.
Yeah. Probably why
Luckily,
you don't live in the kingdom anymore.
You know, who's to say?
So, you're wanted with a death sentence. Fortunately, they didn't get a good look at you.
Mhm.
And Lorson has pledged to hunt down the Tressum smuggler.
Don't worry,
I've
Larson.
never
We'll
seen
find them
this
together.
I have never seen this water ganassi.
Don't worry, Larson. We'll find him together. I'll help you out.
Oh.
You know, I don't think Lorson knows you're a water ganassi.
My friend is very sweaty. I don't understand it.
My friend just always came out the bath.
Hmm.
They must be
I'm just very moist. That's all.
they must be very cleanliness oriented.
I moisturize.
Oh my god. Um Jesus. Okay, so I think that's it. I think Lennon wound up working for a bit at the cat cafe and
Mhm.
made an enemy. But like it's basically just an enemy of someone tried to sexually harass you and then you just hit him with your bow. And I straight up don't remember what fucking Nightshade got up to.
I wandered around the gilded part of the city and ended up just getting pampered by the rich people.
Okay.
Like
All
quite
right.
literally. I
Yeah.
wandered into a window and then they just gave me manicures and shit.
Okay. So you're a very pretty kitty. All right.
Very
Yee.
pretty.
Always
Uh,
have been.
Okay. So remember Nightshade getting a cat spa and tormenting a kobold? Not
Look,
incorrect. So that's
He's my
fine.
friend. He's my
Hmm.
friend, okay?
Your friend who screams every time he sees you.
But look, that's just how he says that he loves me.
Mhm.
That's just what
Screams of
happens.
happiness.
Yeah.
Oh god. All right. Okay. So the next week, when the kobolds are to give their monthly, wait, sorry, not 1,000 gold weekly. It was 1,000 gold monthly. My bad. Their monthly drop off to the Duke. One of the kobolds comes and finds you because I'm assuming you all basically like most of you worked at the cat cafe or are a cat. So like I imagine that Yori is like more than willing to like put you up for the time being, because he knows like, you're not from here, you don't really have a place to stay, and let's be honest, a place like this, probably not too many good hotels. Um, so Yori puts you up. One of the kobolds comes to the cat cafe, and you hear about the kobold before you see him, because you hear Yori shouting, and like you hear the swinging of a broom. And you hear Miss Rosa in the same time as Yori is like trying to hit the kobold with a broom, is trying to offer him tea and biscuits. Like she's completely unaware of like Yori trying to make the kobold leave. Um, I'm assuming you all go downstairs at this racket.
Yeah.
Okay, so you all go downstairs and you just see it. It is like half the Tressym are like hissing at this kobold. Nightshade, you can just hear them like just throwing like just assorted like fucking uh well, things you would not repeat in polite company at this kobold. Yori is just like bapping this kobold with the broom. Um and this Rosa is like handing it a biscuit, like it's just like she's like just pushing the biscuits into the kobold's mouth. Like she doesn't seem to like realize what's going on. She's kind of like away with the fae a little bit. And when the kobold sees
Mood.
you, huh?
Oh, I just said mood.
No. When the kobold sees you, it quickly swallows like these super dry like biscuits and darts over to you, like scampering on all fours, and goes, Goldscale says it's time. Come to apartment. I'm getting out of here. Oh, those biscuits taste like crap. And then he just scampers out the door. The entire time, Yori is just wailing on him with this broom.
Well,
Like for being a
be good to keep
Goliath,
him
he's
waiting.
sorry.
Oh, sorry. No. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say for being a Goliath, he's like very clearly not that much of a bruiser. Like it's just like it's like it's got the same force as someone trying to shoo away a rat versus like trying to actually kill something.
Well, it'd be rude to keep them waiting.
So you all head out like first thing, or do you guys have like a place that you like? Do you need any supplies? Do you need any? Or are you just gonna go right there?
I'm golden.
I can't imagine I need anything I don't already have in my pockets.
Oh, and just for the record, I probably would have been on the powder keg side, helping with some of the administrative stuff during that time. But
Mhm.
this makes no difference.
Yeah, that's It's like half a day's walk through the tunnel, and like you've made the
Yeah.
walk now, so like you can probably make it a lot faster.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, and I imagine that like saying I'm golden is very much a kingdom thing to say, so that actually makes a lot of sense for Eddie's character. Like you like that's like if ever like you're speaking with someone and they say like, oh, I'm golden, you're like, you're from the fucking kingdom, god damn you.
That tracks.
Yeah. So you head back into the poorer area of the city, and
Mm-hmm.
it still is very depressing. Like, most of you have spent a lot of your time in the middle or upper class areas, so you got used to being surrounded by gold this last week. And then you get here and it's just bare, brutalist concrete. And it's just actually depressing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's the worst.
Yeah. Because brutalist stuff is supposed to be decorated. It's why it looks so awful. It's supposed to look awful so you can make it look better, but no one likes vandalism, so you can't actually paint a brutalist place. But besides the point. The kobolds are waiting for you outside their apartment, and Goldscale is waiting out, like in front of everyone. You can easily see him because most of the rest of them are like hunched over, like wearing like very like kind of crappy clothes. Nightscale's robe, like he looks like he's trimming off the top a little bit. You know, his scales are nice and polished. Like his robe is like this nice gold embroidered silk. Like if he wasn't a kobold, you probably could have like assumed he was like some sort of nobleman or some sort of like merchant class person in the kingdom. Like it's very clear that that Goldscale is benefiting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But as you arrive, Goldscale looks to you and he goes, "Ah, so you made it, eh? You still think we're getting scammed, huh? Well, if we were getting scammed, then why have I received all of these blessings, huh? Huh?"
Goldbutt, good to see you.
Is Goldscale.
If I want your name, I'll give it to you. All right, you ready to go?
You really just took the wind out of my sails with that. You know that one, right?
Yeah, I sure do.
Ah, I hate you so much.
I know.
uh,
Nightshade will kind of like look towards Lorson and just ask him, "Are you sure I'm the one you should be cautious of?"
I don't even know what cautious means.
Of course you don't.
that's
Lee.
not even
Of course you
bravado.
don't.
That's not even bravado. That's real.
He says it out loud, not even in his own thoughts.
Okay, buddy.
The kobolds, like some of the kobolds look at Lors like, is he talking to himself? Did he trip on a pickaxe or something? Like, is he all right?
Oh, several times.
Oh.
And like, as that happens, Nightshade will just do a fucking mass broadcast to them and just say, "You know that I've been able to do magic stuff to you. Why are you pretending like I don't exist?"
So every single one of the kobolds is going to make a wisdom save.
Larson hearing the word pickaxe, he equips his great axe. He's like, "I picked this axe. Do you like it?"
Yes, Larson, it's very nice. It's a very nice axe.
So when you do this broadcast, all of the kobolds just stand like rictus still. And like there's a couple of them that kind of like wince, right? But like all of them just like very much go out of their way to ignore you. It's like it seems like over this last week they've put a sizable amount of like effort into like, if the cat talks, ignore it. If we ignore it, it has no power. a lot of them are shit scared of you after like what you did the other day when you made that other one just scream with your presence.
I didn't even do anything though. I just said hi to him.
It's not what you did, it's what you did when you first met. Like, remember? Like, Nightshade was kind of terrifying in that first dungeon delve.
Oh yeah.
This is
He's great.
This is unfair prosecution.
This
I'm
is
just a little-
unfair, said the eldritch monster as he consumed another boat.
I'm just a little guy, okay?
Just a little guy.
Yeah, just a little guy.
He's just like a little dude, you know?
Oh my god. Alright, okay, alright, okay. So. Fucking Jesus. Alright, so. Ooh. Oh, you guys ever, like, feel a sneeze coming and, like, just get ready for it and it just doesn't? Oh,
Oh, it's the worst feeling.
oh, I hate that. Ah. Like, and for me, sneezing hurts. So, like, I just fuck me up, fam. Goddamn. Alright, so you all leave the oh god, my brain turned off now. You guys all follow the kobolds out of the Sorry, hang on. I need to reset my brain. Okay. So you all follow the kobolds out of this low budget area. And you make and you make your way towards the city edge. And as you get like further and further out of the city, like things get a lot less built up to the point where you're starting to see cottages and just areas that are like if you weren't like very very well aware of the kind of society that the kingdom is, you would have a hard time telling it apart from the Republic. Like these are just farmers working the land, and while like they wear a bit more gold than like one would expect like a standard farmer, it's clear that they don't have much to work with, and basically what they wear is what they got.
No, that's a normal amount of gold, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
To me.
For you, but you were raised here, so well, not here, but like in this country. And as you make your way out, you head into a hillside that's towards Crestholm, the capital of the kingdom. And as you pass towards this hillside, the kobolds take a hard right off the path and into like the higher hills. There's a small crevasse, and the kobolds each squeeze into it. There's enough room for all of you, but like for the taller ones around you or the more broad ones like Lorson.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess Eddie's kind of tall, but you're also like really like agile, so I don't actually know how that would work for you. Like, but like, point is, it's easy enough to get in.
Okay.
We have another map. Oh boy.
Fancy.
All right. It's not a massive one, but so as you pass through into this area, it's dark, but you can see like the small tendrils of light deeper in the cave further down. This area is while the entry crevice was very small and definitely sized for kobolds, the passageway itself is much taller. Most of the kobolds stayed outside, but Goldscale led the way in. And as you reach the inside, Goldscale kind of blocks the way forward and turns to you and all goes, "All right, now don't fuck this up for me, okay?"
I'm insulted at the insinuation.
Okay, just like this is the Duke. He's a big important guy. He does something. I'm not quite sure what he does, but he does something important. And the big
Oh, yeah.
kobold scares me.
Big
Okay.
kobold. Big
The-
kobold?
He looks to Lennon and goes and he nods and he's like, "Yeah, there's a really big kobold that the Duke is always with, and honestly, he's fucking terrifying. Sorry, honestly, they're fucking terrifying. I'm sorry, they changed their pronouns."
It's valid.
What?
He's like,
How big is a big kobold?
Gold Scale like starts like measuring with his hands, and he's like, "Oh, well, let's see. So like, I had to shake their hand, and I had to stand on Jerry's shoulders, and Jerry had to stand on Greg's shoulders. Like at least like 2.5 kobolds tall."
Oh, okay, that's not that big.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's not that big.
I'm sure they're very polite.
Eh. They did slouch a bit though, so like they might be taller. I'm not sure. They wear this big coat.
But they're just a kobold.
I mean, do you know anything else that's big and covered in scales? Because I don't.
Lizardmen?
Those don't exist here.
Oh. Okay. Understandable. Have a good day.
Yeah. Mostly because like I'd have to put them in the cold marshes, and I feel like that'd be a death sentence to anything cold-blooded.
Just maybe.
And maybe they
Or in
live
the
on
desert.
maybe they live like somewhere like in another continent, but they're not in Karos, not natively at least.
Lizardmen vibing, flourishing, lying on a hot rock
No,
in their lane.
yeah, but yeah, the ghost guy's like, this guy is going to like give us a new god. I'm gonna have like a place to live on the surface. I'm gonna be considered an actual person. I'm gonna open up a fucking bank. It's gonna be good. Just don't fuck it up for me.
Can you even imagine that happening? Come on, let's go.
Goldscale kind of squints at you, and then just like starts like moving down the cave. Okay, I'm gonna wait for everyone else to. I did fix the drag, so Hero, you're not moving. What's going on? Hero,
Uh-oh.
Did-
No.
Is Lorson dead? Lorson's dead.
did Lorson's brain stop?
I think Kiro's brain stopped.
Yeah, he's complete.
Well, we know that. No, I mean Lorson, rather. No, sorry. We know,
What do we do? Do we want to like?
Kiro.
Do we want to hit a BRB screen until he appears?
No, we can just vibe.
All right.
We can just pretend it's a longer walk.
Yeah, like as you're walking down the cave.
I mean, we
Oh.
could play out me looking around doing ranger nonsense.
Yeah, sure.
As
If you
we walk
want to
down.
do that, so like as you're walking, down the. As you're walking down the cave, I'm gonna take a sip. As you're walking down the cave, you note that this cave is very, very strange in that based on what like you know about caving, Lennon, because you grew up basically in a mining town and you know about
Yes.
caves.
I'm a burrows goblin.
This does not seem like a natural cave. It seems more akin to a mine shaft.
Mhm.
But you don't see any of the stuff that you usually would expect in a mine shaft. So, you know, like pickaxes, like signs of like explosives for blasting out seams, the walls seem to have been dug in a very, very specific direction instead of snaking out in order to like follow seams.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So it's dug like with the methods of mining, but not with
But
the
not with the
intentions of it.
intent. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This cave exists for a reason. And Eddie, it almost reminds you of smuggler tunnels, but
That's what I was
smuggler
thinking already, yeah.
tunnels usually are a lot rougher than this.
Mm-hmm. Even in the kingdoms?
Yeah, like even in the basically because like
Okay.
smuggler tunnels are intended for like you're getting point A to point B. It's not intended to be comfortable. Like the ground is completely smooth. There's like no inclines. There's no loose pebbles. It's immaculate. Like whoever dug this thing had either a lot of time or
Mm-hmm.
an exacting attention to detail.
Lovely place.
Hmm. Hero, you back? I saw your model move.
I am.
Okay.
Welcome back. We missed you.
Sorry, the cub was making a lot of noise.
You're fine. So as you come around the corner, you see light reflecting off of the stone, and Goldscale stops. He's like, "All right, the Duke's just ahead. I'm going to drop off my take." And he pulls out like a small bag of gold. And just try not to do anything dumb. And then he's gonna
Welcome to the wrong party, Liv.
he's gonna step in first, and he is going to approach the table with a map of Karos upon it. And behind the desk, you see a man who appears to be of like an indeterminate age. What the hell has happened with my music? It's playing some like new pop shit.
It's the new music.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That was weird. Sorry. Yeah. This man of indeterminate age with and his outfit is impeccable. He has this fur-lined cloak. He has these golden lined like shoulder pads. It looks like a combination of a military uniform and a nobleman's like petticoat and shit.
Okay.
If anyone wants to
Is-
make, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead, go ahead. Finish your thought. Sorry.
If anyone wants to make like a history check or something of the like to try and like see if you recognize this, I'll let you.
So what kind of herald we just have?
So, I'm gonna let is anyone else want to do this before I say anything?
Yeah.
I'm good.
Okay, and I imagine Nightshade doesn't care.
MCAT.
Okay.
MCAT.
All right.
Respect cat.
So, Lorson, you simply recognize it as a kingdom military uniform. That's fine. That's whatever. But Eddie, upon seeing the uniform, you recognize this man from reputation alone. This man
Oh.
This man is Duke Gearden Cresthelm, who is a rather enigmatic figure in the politics and overall like nobleman sphere of the kingdom. He doesn't go out much. Like he has a army so all armies within the kingdom are basically PMCs that are owned and funded by the nobility, right? The largest PMC is owned by the king, or the queen now, I guess, because the king is dead. But the second largest is owned by the Cresthelms. And whereas most of the nobility, you can trace their rise based on their like bank statements and how they gained their wealth. The
Yeah.
Cresthelm family is so old and so venerable that they've just always been one of the richest families.
Okay.
And Gearden is even stranger because while he has all of these military commendations and just all of these things that are just these almost fanciful tales of him defeating armies with like a single word, no one's ever seen him actually pick up a sword. So, for this man to be sitting in front of you, claiming that he is going to be making a god for these people, it puts you a little on edge because part of you, right? Because this man has been around for as long as you've been alive, right? He is
Okay.
pretty venerable despite looking like, indeterminate age. The stories you've heard growing up almost make you think that no, if anyone could do it, this guy might be able to.
Okay. I think all of this information to Nightshade. I don't think it works that way, but I'm gonna try.
It is a both way. It's a both way limit.
Yeah.
It is
Nice.
The way it specifically works is once I've established a connection,
Mhm.
you have a telepathic link with me up to a mile.
Okay. I info dump.
Yeah.
You are being info
Sorry.
dumped upon.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry if that was a lot of information. It's just like literally like you
Oh
were,
no, I'm into it.
Yeah, you were raised in the kingdom, so you would know this shit.
Yeah.
Um,
So I also know he's big military man with big influence.
big military
Enigmatic
man.
political noble who is reclusive. They're of old money, but it's also dark money with not much known about its origins.
And there's all these stories about him that border on the fantastical, like scattering an army by himself with no survivors.
Good PR agent.
Yeah, with no survivors to report how he did it. And then behind him, leaning against a crate, is, well, Big Kobold.
The big kobold.
Big Kobold. You see an 8-foot tall, scaly creature that has a massive tail and just fins along like their entire back, clad in this almost nautical looking jacket. And on their hip is a cutlass, but like a really big cutlass. Like none of you would be able to wield it. Like it's fucking huge. And strapped across their back is something that like it takes you a second to recognize because it's just ridiculous. Is a naval cannon.
Ridiculous. I love it.
Yes. Like, you've seen kobolds, you're seeing one right here, but this thing is like gold scale is about like 3'9". This thing is like over 8 feet tall. And none of you recognize it. So the Duke is sitting there and he's like writing down notes and he's occasionally like contemplating the map without even like looking up. He says, "Goldscale, you brought your tribute for your god?" And Goldscale scampers forward and he's like, yes, my Duke. And he places the bag and you can hear the jingle of like 1,000 gold. The Duke looks up just for a moment and with a flick of his wrist, the bag opens and every single one of the coins floats one by one out of the bag at like this really ridiculous speed, and he just like really quickly just with his 2 fingers, his middle finger and index finger, just flick, and you see that like he's actually counting them.
Oh,
but
yeah.
like at such a ridiculous speed that like it looks like he's just like flicking them one by one, and each one of them lands in this gold pile over here. Jade, you recognize this as an instant. This man is a Plutomancer. He is a wizard that specializes in the manipulation of wealth as a concept.
Nice.
And as he's doing this counting, so like it is 1,000 coins. And so like it does take like a couple minutes, even as he's going like super, super fast. And the Duke looks to Goldscale and says, Goldscale, I asked for 1,000 gold coins. This is 995 gold coins, 9 silver, and 12 copper. And like as he's saying this, you just see Goldscale like kind of like shrink and be like, I can explain. You see, the fucking those guys back there, you see, they wanted to talk with you, and so I was going to take my 5-day grace period, and all 1,000 of the all 995 of the gold coins, just come back from the pile, and just start hovering menacingly behind the Duke. And he says a phrase in a language that none of you understand, and one of the coins rockets towards Goldscale and just fucking strikes him. And you see like the robe, like the coin
snap.
the coin seems to hit him in the shoulder, and you see like the divot in his robe where this coin is, and then it explodes, taking off Goldscale's arm.
Oh, jeez.
The
That seems excessive.
hang on. The Duke says once again in common, "You do know what happens to those who fail me multiple times, don't you, Goldscale?" And Goldscale is crying at this point, like grasping where his arm was. Like the arm has been like evaporated. And like he's just like, yes, my Duke, I promise it won't happen again. And he's just babbling as like the Duke is just, he says a slightly longer phrase, and the coins start spinning. All fucking 994 of them start spinning rapidly. Do any of you stop him, or are you just gonna let the Duke just fucking evaporate this kobold?
Nightshade will step forward because this is his prey, not this guy's. I will kind of step forward, and I am going to cast invisibility on Goldscales.
I was just gonna raise my hand.
Well, I am going to try to make Goldscales invisible so he can't fucking kill him, is what Nightshade does.
Okay. So, Lennon, what's going on while you're doing that?
Why am I raising my hand?
Yeah, why? Yeah, like are you raising your hand in character or?
Yes, I'm just waiting for the Duke to call on me. That's my.
Oh, oh.
I love it.
Do you still do you still turn Goldscale invisible?
Yes, no, I want to save the kobold.
So you turn the kobold invisible, and
yes, getting kind of putting myself in between them as well, so they don't immediately die.
yeah, the Duke looks down at the cat that has like given this like to him seemingly insane sort of thing, and then he looks up to see the goblin with its hand raised in the back, and he goes, "Yes, you're the ones that waylaid Goldscale at the gold mine in Powder Keg, aren't you? You match the descriptions." Goldscale, I know. Hang on, so like I know Goldscale's token is here. I'm just gonna make him like actually invisible. And then like you hear like a small scuttering, and he's like, "Gold scale, I know you're there. Third from the right." And you just like hear Gold scale like stop. This guy saw through the invisibility.
Impressive.
So blind sight. Okay.
Yeah. And he looks at the goblin and he says, "What do you desire, green one?"
I was just gonna say, if you need 5 more gold, I have 5 gold. That's not a problem.
Well,
But now his arm's off, and I do
Well-
have 5 gold. Do you need 5 gold?
if you wish to make good on Gold Scale's debt, well, I suppose it's 6 gold now. Well,
Will
he
it
had-
keep him alive?
I can ensure that Gold Scale remains alive.
Ooh, not a fan of how you phrased that.
I guess I approach the table and like dig a few gold out of my pouch as I do that and hand them over as I approach the table.
So you place 6 gold coins on the table, and the
Sure.
1,000 coins that so the 994 coins that he had floating behind him, they stop spinning, and they pile themselves together on the table. And the Duke looks over to where he sees where Gold Scale is and says, "Gold Scale, return." And you hear skittering and clawing, and then you hear like a whoosh of air as Gold Scale is dragged through the air almost telepathically back towards the Duke. Then the Duke raises his fingers and he snaps them. And Gold Scale is not. You realize at first you think that he's canceled the invisibility the Nightshade put on him, but in reality he's just because remember Gold Scale is not naturally golden colored. Gold Scale's scales are gold because they've got melted gold over them,
Mm-hmm.
and he's making the gold glow.
Oh.
Heat metal.
So,
Ah.
so Gold Scale cries out in fear as like he's like his basically his outline is visible, and the Duke looks at him and he sees the blown off arm and he's like, "Gold Scale of Clan Red Scale, do you accept the goblins' settling of your debt on your behalf?" "Yes, yes, I do, I swear." "Very well. Well, I promised that I would keep you alive. Didn't say it wouldn't hurt, though. Let this pain teach you not to short me in the future." And as his scales are glowing red hot, you see the gold all melt off of his scales, leaving him almost entirely red again. As this molten gold gathers on front of his chest and then slithers down to his stump and reforms into a solid gold replacement of his arm that is completely animate. And running along down the inside of his bicep and forearm are runes in a language that none of you speak.
Neat.
Let those runes speak of my mercy, Goldscale. Now leave before I find another one of your failings to hold you account for. And Goldscale is then dropped, and he just starts scampering away. Like if he was a dog, he'd be like yipping, like in fucking fear.
I mean, kobolds can do that too.
Yeah, but like like how a dog yips.
Mm-hmm.
The very large kobold in the back lets out like a low chuckle.
Is that guy the god?
Are you asking this
He doesn't-
in?
I'm asking this to the Duke, yes.
The Duke raises a eyebrow and goes, "No, Sania is simply an associate of mine. They prefer to keep relatively close and ensure that my enemies stay, well, quite a bit below me. And he gestures towards the dirt.
I sorry for accusing you of being a god.
Sinir shrugs.
Uh, Okay,
Yeah, they're not a big talker.
I'm getting the vibe.
Yeah.
So I didn't accidentally sign up for something I didn't mean to there, did I? With I just wanted not the kobold dead. What? Hi, I'm a goblin. What can I do for you? Eddie, I think I'm in trouble.
I mean, I don't know. I thought this guy was supposed to be pretty good at business, but harassing somebody who was late on a payment when you're actually making the statement that you know what we deserve. You know what the rules are. Like, but this guy hasn't produced a god yet, so it's kind of weird that you're holding them to give you something when you may not have done much in return yet. That's just what it sounds like. I mean,
So
I look over. Is Goldscale actually out of the room?
Goldscale is out of the room. Yeah, he's run.
It's a great
and-
hustle.
Yeah.
It's a great hustle, and I respect it, sir.
So the dude kind of like scowls at Eddie, and just looks to her and goes, "This isn't a hustle. They desire a god, and I will grant them one. The difference being is, well, you are aware how ascension works, are you not?"
Yeah, you pull the flag every morning.
Jesus Christ. The Duke looks to you and just like he doesn't quite understand. Like he seems to be as if he's processing what you said very literally. And-
I will double down on this in character.
Eddie's like,
I point to tug at my shirt a little bit. You know, flag, hoist this flag and sails, ascent. Look, okay, sorry, it's a bit complex. It's a linguistic joke. You know, ascend is to raise something up. You know, you
So-
raise up a sail. Look, it's a nautical thing. Don't worry
so
about it.
Sinir then speaks the first time. The first time that like you've heard them speak, Sinir goes, "Ascension has nothing to do with sailing. Otherwise, there would be more sailing gods."
Oh my god, I know that. You know, never mind. Go on, do your thing.
The Duke like just kind of nods to Sinir and then goes, "Every creature on this planet has the chance and the potential to ascend to godhood. Different creatures have different." Are you done? It was very rude. I'm assuming that was an in-character yawn. If not, I'm sorry.
You know what? We can call it. It was not an in-character yawn, but it's totally an in-character yawn now.
I assumed it was because that's just like very Eddie. Someone's explaining metaphysics, and Eddie's just like, "Ugh."
I'm more interested in how I can learn some plutomancy.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, but sorry, fuck it. The Duke says, yes, different creatures have different potential to ascend. You see, your normal creatures, so humans, elves, dwarves, there's maybe a 10% chance that a person has the capacity to ascend. There are some creatures for whom it is a lot higher. For example, Fae have an ascension rate of about 50%. However, they're children, so it's worthless. But there are some. Every single one of them can become a god in their own right. Tell me, do you know any species that has this power?
I mean, if you're talking about odds, then kobolds have us all beat because the sheer numbers of them, you know?
I mean, yeah, but each kobold is like 1%, but
Oh, 1%? They've got to have like hundreds of gods by now then.
You're not very good at it.
Well, neither you by the looks of it, but go on.
Well, that is where this all of this gold comes in. Well, you see, a dragon, every single dragon, has a 100% chance of becoming an ascended being. Many
A what?
are ascended by the time they hatch.
Wait, a what?
Hold on.
Yeah?
Eddie, hold on.
What? What?
Liv, do I know anything about this?
Give me a
Give me
history
my
check.
Monster Slayer history knowledge. Give me something.
Give me a history check. And since you're a monster slayer, you can make it with advantage. I don't mind.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. Was that your
Fuck
first
yeah.
dice being the 20? It was, so you didn't
It
even
looked
need the
like it.
advantage. So, Lennon,
Mhm.
so you couldn't tell one if you saw it, but you know what a dragon is.
Like in theory?
in theory, yes.
Okay.
So long ago, at the beginning of time, the goddess Lane was the only god, and she grew lonely. So she discovered a race of flying creatures called the dragons. What the fuck is Lorson doing?
He's just kind of searching through the gold pile, seeing if there's jewels and stuff.
Please do not. And she granted these dragons the spark of divinity, as well as the eternal flame. The dragons ruled as gods of the earth, while Lane ruled as the goddess of magic and dreams and everything else that she's the domain of. It was whatever. And
I'm assuming this knowledge is just like
This-
stories I've heard
this
about.
is stories.
Like
Yeah,
in
this is
whatever
this is stories.
Monster Slayer training I've had.
Yeah, this is like stories, and it's like it's basically fairy tales. It's like what's like told to
Yes.
like budding monster hunters. And for an unknown reason, during the War of the Gods, thousands of years ago, the dragons turned against the mortal races and decided that they wished to usurp the new gods as well as every other mortal race and enslave them. They were led by a red dragon named Zephyr, who the Killmonger broke away from the rest of the mortal forces and slew. They drove every dragon to extinction, killing them and their scaled servants.
Okay.
The only evidence of dragons is the Killmonger city of Dragonbreak to the far north. But even then, most of the Killmonger only really see it as big lizard bones. No one has seen a dragon, and there's no surviving accounts of them. They're a fairy
Question.
tale.
Yeah, just sorry, go ahead. I have a question also, but I can wait.
No, you can go first.
Oh, I just was wondering if we had established if dinosaurs and their bones exist in this universe.
Dinosaurs are real.
Are they alive?
Wait, hang on. Wait, no, sorry. Wait,
Like, are dinosaurs also an extinct creature?
hang on. Sorry, hang on. I gotta check my notes actually, because we did actually have a bit about this. I just have to check my notes real quick.
Okay.
No, dinosaurs are not real. Dinosaurs are like what dragons are in like our world is what dinosaurs are in Karos.
So, okay, hold on. The way I just interpreted that is you're saying that dinosaurs are like what they're interpreting dragon bones as.
Yes.
So
Like-
there's a concept of dinosaurs, but not connected to what dragons actually are. That's like
Yeah.
the bones
like,
are the dinosaur bones are dragons, but they don't think they're dragons. They think they're dinosaurs, and then
Yes.
dragons are mythical.
Yes, yeah, that is it. Yeah, because we're like in like medieval thing. So where like in the medieval times people would find dinosaur bones and think they were dragons. Here people are finding dragon bones and thinking
Dragon
they're
bones
dinosaurs.
and making up dinosaurs.
Yes, that is sorry. I got
Understood.
I got
Okay.
confused by the syntax of the question. My bad.
So, from my perspective as a creature living in this realm,
Yes.
I would think that despite my training and stuff, I may have heard of a dragon before, but only in like fairy tale training stuff.
Yeah.
And any of the thing that I would even recognize as a dragon, I think, is a dinosaur.
Yes.
So we think that kobolds are descended from dinosaurs.
Yes.
So that guy's
That
a
tracks.
dinosaur.
Yes.
Cool.
My
Okay.
question is, do
I'm
other
caught up
dragon...
with where I should be. Sorry, go ahead.
My other question was, do things like dragon turtles and other dragon-adjacent creatures exist?
Yeah, but they're called dino.
Okay, it's just that tracks.
So
with
it's
everything else. I just wanna make sure.
dino turtles and shit.
That's amazing.
Komodo dinosaurs.
That's amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
On the fly world building.
Well, I mean, that would make sense because if like dragons and
I like
dinosaurs
it.
are reversed here, then that would make sense. So this man basically just told you that like he's trying to create a creature that you're fairly certain isn't real.
Yes. So to step back to where we were in conversation, I believe Eddie just said, "What?" Or
Yeah.
something along those lines.
Like-
And then I started touching
yeah.
them.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Eddie, do you know what a dinosaur is?
Oh, yeah, it's a type of sea serpent. Seen a bunch of them.
This guy's trying to sell us on magical dinosaurs.
I
That's-
do imagine that aquatic dinosaurs are probably not extinct yet in this world, but that's just because they're not actually dinosaurs. They're just big fish. Yeah, like
Mhm.
everything you know as like the Loch Ness, like plesiosaurs and shit. They're not actually dinosaurs.
Wait, so you want to make a turtle god? Guys, this guy wants to make a turtle god.
The Duke. Hang on, can I get an insight check from everyone who, unless you really do want to just laugh at this man's?
Oh, I absolutely want to laugh at this man.
So, okay, so every one of you, as you're laughing at
I
this man,
intentionally fail.
yeah, as you're okay, everyone except Lennon, as you're like laughing at this man and saying like, "Oh, turtle, oh, dinosaur god, he who," you see he looks visibly forlorn, and you can see Sinir like reaching down and like hand on their cutlass, like almost as if they're waiting for the word. Like, and it's not like sadness as in like, oh, he thinks they think my dinosaur is dumb. No, it's like you insulted his family or something. Like, and you really only get that level because of Lorson, because I guess Lorson is the most emotionally intelligent out of everyone.
Which actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So
Lorson is the backbone of this party.
yeah, he's the emotional center, if not the
Mhm.
intellectual. So the Duke looks up and he says, "If you think it's so silly, then what do you have to lose by assisting me? If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work.
1,000 gold from the sound of it.
The gold is merely the tribute from those who seek to benefit. Every single one of you have your own god."
I-
Hmm? Hmm?
That's interesting.
Nightshade will also kind of like remind.
Hold on, is
remind-
God only 1,000 gold?
No, like basically it requires a lot. Like like the specific god he's trying to make requires a lot of gold.
No, but that's a
But-
character question, right?
Yes, in character.
No, okay.
Okay.
He's going to just kind of like Grumpy's like, no, it requires a lot more, and I put a
Yeah, that's why you
Va-
fleece multiple kobold tribes until you get enough. Right? No, I get it. I get it, sir.
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Dragon. I mean, dragons did sound kind of cool. Like, if you believe in not dinosaurs.
Nightshade will also
hold. If
remind
you're
the
saying
party-
if I pay you enough, I could have a god made out of it into a dragon.
You could have.
Because Eddie, you know business, and what if this isn't a scam?
I mean,
he
I'm
did
in.
he did
What if we
take
build
an
our
arm
own?
from
Can we
somebody.
So-
hire?
hold
I-
on, hold on.
I have a new
Go
plan.
ahead. Go ahead, Kitty. Sorry,
Well,
you've been talking.
Nightshade will remind everybody that he did take his partner's arm for 5 gold pieces.
I'm just very curious, very curious. I won't follow through with this. I just want to know.
He seems to be a very poor business partner.
Do you think it would be dangerous if, like, this is all internally to the cat? Like,
Yeah.
do you think it'd be dangerous if we even pretend we're interested?
If 5 gold pieces can make him try to kill you, I'd hate to see what would happen if he feels like he's being led on.
Because, like, goblins, we borrowed a god. So that would be cool to have our own.
That's
Hmm.
true.
Yeah.
He's so. Is this all like on like the Nightshade brain network? I
Yes.
assume.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. If you say he can hear it, I'm calling hacks.
No. I'm just making sure because like at this point, like he's just kind of like his face is like grim set, and he's going to point to each of you, and he's going to say. He's gonna point to Lorson. He's gonna like starting like from like Lorson going on. He's gonna go, Dungeth, the unknowable one, Sydney, the elemental lords. Every single one of you has a god of your own. But
Does
have
he
you?
not point to me?
No, he does point to you. Yours is the unknowable one.
Is there a water genasi god or just a genasi god?
The elemental lords are the gods of all Ganassi, but like Ganassi like generally
So-
pick one.
Got it.
By the way, and I'm not just speaking. I don't mean elemental as in water, earth, fire. I mean like the periodic table because that's funnier to me. The Lord of
Question.
Helium. Yeah.
Does he know when he says what is that the unknowable one? So does he know who I am? Like what I am, to be more specific?
You mean insight check?
Well, the thing is, I don't even know what I am, Liv.
Yes. He does. Yeah, he does. He knows what you are, and he knows what you're connected to.
Okay.
So, this man's done his homework. He knows who's fucking with him.
Okay.
Each one of you has a god that backs your societies, that backs your species. Are you aware of what happens to those who do not have one? Or worse, those who have lost one? The oppression.
I didn't know there was going to be a quiz.
The oppression that is faced. The degradation, the risk of slavery, being little more than animals. There are those on this land who need nothing more than a god to lead them to the surface. Would you stand with... Yes?
If I paid for part of the kobold's god, can they be part goblin? Like, can we just sneak in on the corner?
Oh god. The god
Because like
eyes.
I know a lot more goblins. I think I can get some more people in on this if this is real.
Liv wants to TPK the party so bad right now.
Oh, I do. I do. The Duke says, the god I seek to raise will be a god of all peoples, those who are left godless. A god of prosperity, a god of the common man.
Well,
It
that's
is
just foreshadowing. My guy, our leader, his name's Prosperity. I'm just. Well, do you have a phone?
But you have a god. Why do you care that
But
much about
ours
kobolds?
is on
Oh,
loan from the
that's
other.
your wife. I'm so sorry. Hello.
What?
what?
I'm completely lost. What
I'm
just
very
happened?
lost by what Jade just said. Yeah.
I said that. Why does he's a human? He already has a god. Why does he care so much about? Oh wait, that's your wife, isn't it? You know, her.
Oh. Oh.
Oh
Oh,
god.
That's why he cares so much about kobolds, isn't it? That makes sense.
I
I get it now. I get it.
both Sinir and the Duke look very, very uncomfortable at that, and the Duke says, and the Duke says,
Don't worry, I won't tell anyone.
our connection is something that you could not understand. And no, it is not that.
I don't
That's
wanna.
honestly just gross. Point is,
Live.
yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna DM you something, and then
Okay.
that's it. Continue.
Okay. So also, yeah, Jade, just to like see what you posted in the thing. Yeah, I feel like Jade's patron elemental lords would just be like the Lord of Oxygen and the Lord of Hydrogen. I feel like that would just be it. Um, but yeah, the Duke. Oh, I gotta get my like train of thought right now. Damn it, the Duke. Okay, the Duke says, long ago, I tried to bring the people of Astelia equality and fraternity through the power of plutomancy. Their wealth and their control of it was supposed to be to the betterment of all mankind. I have learned now that you cannot trust mortals to do what is the realm of gods. And so, by the gathering of all this gold, we will raise a god of prosperity and wealth that will raise all the godless and enter a new golden age for everything to come.
I have a question.
I thought that did that rock just talk now? Yes. What is your question?
You said you cannot trust mortals with the gold, right? But what are you?
Well, that's an
He's a
interesting.
god. He just said that.
I am not a god. I am but the one holding this divinity in escrow until our god is ready to hatch.
Then how are we supposed to trust you?
Can we see the unhatched god? This is just curiosity. That like, I'm sorry that maybe that was too much.
The Duke looks to you and he says, they are in a fragile state at the moment. I will not permit anyone to lay hands upon them.
Did you know that worked to get into the vault? We
What?
just asked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. I knew Powder Keg was awful, but jeez, what kind of 2-bit show are they running there?
We made a little bit of a name for ourselves, and they've been beautiful for us since. I mean, then there was the kidnapping though, so I don't know if that'll stick up.
Okay, Lennon, your primal awareness. Um,
You don't need to say that out to everybody if you don't want to. I'm not
no,
necessarily
no,
going
no.
to
Okay, so I
relay
have a
that information
question.
if I
I have
know
a
anything.
question about your primal awareness. Does
All
it
I know
tell
is what I
you?
sent you.
Okay, so as an action, you expend a ranger spell slot to sense whether any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals. Does it tell you what type, or does it just tell you if there's any of those?
Of those things, I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I
I don't know if it just means one of those things, or if it means specifically which type. I think that's a DM discretion thing here. Unless somebody else knows this.
I'm on D&D Beyond. I'm double checking. Okay. So I believe that it does not tell you what specific type it is.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it just tells you if there is. I think it only tells you what type it is if it's your favorite enemy.
Okay, so that doesn't help here.
Yeah, but no, so there are. Yeah, so I'm gonna rule that. Like, so what is your favorite enemy type?
My favorite enemy
Yeah.
is my favorite enemies. I have two apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Are beasts and orcs.
Okay, so you don't sense any beasts. You don't sense any orcs. But you do detect two otherworldly creatures. And it doesn't tell you where they are, right? It just tells you that they are within a certain radius.
They exist within a mile.
Within a mile.
Yeah.
There are two otherworldly creatures within a mile of you.
Okay. Every time I do this, part of me realizes that the last time I did this, I could also tell something was probably within a mile of me. So
Yeah.
this didn't narrow anything down.
Yeah.
Oh no, there's a second one now. No, is one of them the cat?
I'm omitting
think one of them's the cat.
whenever you do primeval awareness, I'm omitting the cat unless you're looking for the cat.
Oh.
Because
Okay.
otherwise, I'm just going to be saying there's always at least one.
I mean,
See,
yeah,
that
that
would
makes
be
sense.
funny.
Yeah.
Because I will forget eventually.
Well, I will remind you.
There's an additional one now that I can sense within a mile.
An additional two, because I'm ignoring the cat.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, the Duke looks to each of you and goes, I wish to bring peace and equality to all of mortality. If you would assist me, you do not need to bring me gold. You simply need to assist in ways that are, well, outside the bounds of the godless. Is that fair?
So
Hey, Nightshade.
Nightshade knows that this guy sees right through him, right?
Yes.
Okay, then Nightshade will perk up and kind of drop all of the facade, right? And with a tilt of his head and say, I know you mean well, or at least you give that off, but I can't seem to shake the feeling that people who align with you don't really last long. We just saw you were about to kill one of your primary compatriots.
Seems like bad business, that.
He, grits his teeth and he says, I have lived a long time and I have suffered many incompetence in my journey. I have decided that for my new world to come about, I will accept only those who are capable of bringing in the new world without succumbing to selfish desire. Goldscale is one such creature. His survival is entirely due to your mercy, and it is that mercy and selflessness that grants me the willingness to, how was it that you said, to cut you in. He gestures to Eddie.
Hmm?
Like, he's borrowing a term from you because you used it earlier. Or were you not paying attention? Did you zone out?
A wee tiny bit.
Okay, so basically he's saying that because you offered gold scale mercy without knowing what was going on, he sees your good nature as enough of a reason to cut you in on his plan to make the world better.
Hmm.
Can we have a team huddle? Sorry, Duke. May we be excused for a few moments to discuss things?
He gestures and he says, "Very well." And yeah, you can scoot on like down here if you want to do a team huddle. As you go, like Sinir like takes a step forward to like go next to the Duke and like start like just whisper something in his ear.
I assume this entire conversation is going to be in brain telepathies.
Yes, I'd say
You
so.
don't know how good the Duke's hearing is.
Absolutely. Okay. Sorry, I wanted to make sure that we're not going to get killed on our way out of here, because I think this guy's either really legit or really not legit.
I mean, 100%. You saw what he did to Gold Scale.
Yeah, there's some things that don't line up for me, like the preachiness of a better world and then cutting off his buddy's arm.
I mean, the preachiness of a better world being made by a duke is itself kind of suspicious. Just throwing that out there. But
Right.
yeah, also that if we agree with him and he decides that we don't do enough, he's gonna try and murder us. But right now, if we just leave without joining him, he's gonna try and murder us. So
Yeah,
we kind of don't have a whole lot of choice in there. But if we join him now, we can backstab him later.
He did say that he was specifically mad at Goldscale because he's fucked up before.
I mean, but the thing is, he's prattling on about a good world
Yeah.
for all, but he himself is kind of being an absolute monster. Just because
the definition of for all sounds suspicious. Exactly, I agree with you.
To fuck around is human. To find out is divine.
There's just this little like brain worm since the dragons thing though, and when I was training to be a toll booth operator, you go through a whole monster fighting thing, so you can like fight on the roads and stuff. You know how that is.
Oh yeah, totally. Same here.
But yeah, but there's a whole little segment. It's a whole day where they talk about dragons, like they're an actual problem we might face one day. And I don't know what the fuck a dragon looks like. But what if that thing's a dragon?
Oh.
What if that guy's a dragon?
Wait, what?
It doesn't have a shell though.
Did it look at all like that illusion we saw earlier?
Well, I don't know that kobolds know what a dragon looks like either. They just know what dinosaurs are.
Yeah.
And of course, a kobold's gonna make a dragon look like a kobold, but
it's got the skills, but it doesn't have a shell.
Dragons have shells?
Yeah.
Oh.
Big turtle shells.
I'm not sure about that.
I'm pretty sure.
Maybe he's hiding it. Maybe that's what the big coat's about.
Oh, that could be.
I'm just loving the idea of dino turtles.
I mean, they're called
So what
Usually
if
they're
it's...
called dragon turtles, but here they're dino turtles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like I don't know. I'm just worried about. I don't think we should join them personally because there's a little bit of a bad vibe.
We have a
A
big
little on the
issue-
murdery side, not gonna lie.
Yeah,
He has a very big loyalty issue, I'm noticing.
yeah. There was a point in the conversation where I thought it would be cool, and now I'm worried.
I'm fairly
It
certain
was a
he's
roller
gonna...
coaster mentally, to be quite honest.
Yeah, there was a lot going on there. You're not wrong. There was a lot.
Hmm. I think we should try to make friends with the dragon and not the Duke somehow, and then get out of here. Just in the regards of not being murdered by the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, or the Duke, because I guess he can turn our limbs into money. How do we get out of here?
I mean, we
might
could
have
just
to
book it right now.
Is that a good idea?
No, he's gonna hunt us down. But I know a
Oh,
lot of ways
shit.
to go underground.
Well, we're in tunnels. We're in tunnels. I know tunnels. I don't know these tunnels, but I know tunnels.
We could at least play along until we can escape. I'd say running it right now wouldn't work, because my magic didn't even work for a second.
Can we throw anyone under the bus?
I mean, guild scale.
Nope.
Hmm.
My turn for my phone to start going off.
Oh no.
How could you live?
Okay. Do we play along? Is that the best plan? Play along for a bit?
Yeah, I mean, we can either book it or backstab him when we have the opportunity. But right now, if we leave, we know too much. You know, like there's no way he's letting us out.
Play
Yeah.
along until we
Well,
get a better idea of what he
That's why
actually wants.
Wait,
Yeah,
aren't we here
exactly.
for a reason? Aren't we supposed to find our gold?
I mean, it's pretty clear that Gold Scale took our gold and gave it. Like, was no question of that. We kind of agree on that, right?
You can
And then-
assume.
I don't think we're gonna be able to get any of this back.
Do you
Not
think-
now, but
I wonder if they've ever considered. No, sorry, I'm having crazy ideas.
no, I like crazy.
Well, we're trying to make the city more profitable too.
Yeah.
And like so far all the gods have for the most part other like goblins it was weird, we've borrowed a god. But like for the most part the gods like every people has their own god, right?
Yeah.
Have they not like thought of just mass marketing one?
I mean, it seems like a good idea. I'll be
Like-
right back. Hold on a sec. Sorry.
Okay. I just want to make a clarification statement on the lore.
Yes.
Someone's species can either have someone like ascend to be a god. Like that's what happened. It's
Mhm.
happened multiple times with humans. It's happened with the elves. It's happened with a lot of people. Or you could be adopted by a god. So if a god,
Yeah, which is
what
Sydney
happened to
and
the
goblin.
goblins, yeah.
Yeah.
That's just a specification.
But for the
there.
most part each god starts out by representing a specific type of people.
Yes, and then they either pull more people under their sway because like they vibe with them. So like Sydney, for example, she started life as a mortal as a Leonin. Or sorry, as a Nemean, sorry. And then when the Nemeans like ran afoul of her and started becoming really imperialist, she abandoned them and started walking the world as a goblin. And it wasn't until a lot later where the Nemeans.
I think it just clicked. I think what I was about to suggest is literally what they're actually trying to do. They're trying to mass market a god.
I'm not going to confirm or deny.
They are.
Because
But-
I just realized they're not just like they're not going to make different gods for different people. They're making one god for all the people chipping in. They're crowdfunding a god.
Yeah,
This is
that's
God
one way to put
Kickstarter.
it. That's one way to put it. It's Godstarter, yeah.
Now, here's the question.
Mm-hmm.
How do we
Is
take
it-
advantage of this?
No, the question is is this the good Kickstarter, or is this the Kickstarter where they take all the money at the end and run? Because Kickstarters usually go one of those two ways.
That's true. I've been in a lot of both of them.
Yeah.
Not as like a part of running them. I mean, as like I've funded both types of those. There was a really cool game once about dinosaurs that just up and disappeared one day. It's very disappointing.
Aw, fug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Ark did its whole thing, kind of turned into what that was supposed to be for the most part, so that was
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Ark's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah. Ark, I've heard Ark's really good. I just can't get into it. I watched Fall play it, and it looks pretty fun. Yeah. That like
Can you fill us in on non-relevant lore while we are waiting?
yes. So wait.
Very good. No?
Jade might be back. Maybe not.
Or no, that's me mishearing. Maybe.
Okay. Okay, so non-relevant lore. So
I see.
gods in Karos, and I guess on the planet in general, because it's not just Karos that has these gods.
Oh, just
wait.
tell us about everybody's gods.
Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
okay.
Too late.
Okay. Yeah, never mind.
We'll leave that queued for next time.
Yes. Just remind me next time someone needs to take a break, and I'll do like a god shenary, I guess.
Yeah, we'll just do lore bits.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome back.
Yeah.
Hi, sorry about that.
So
So I realized they're crowdfunding a god.
Yeah.
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 Instead
god.
of mass marketing one, they're like, I was thinking for a moment that what was happening was they were gonna build a different god for each group that was trying to have a god, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're just making one god.
Yeah. Because you remembered that gods don't have to be tied to one species.
I don't know if I remembered that, but I figured it out.
I mean, that's what happened to the goblins.
Yeah,
So,
I guess.
yeah. I mean, Sydney patronizes Nemeans, goblins, humans, and elves, so. Like your gods kind of gets around. Is that rude to say? I think it might be.
So I guess that leaves us with a decision of like, I mean, we have to get out of here, but are we gonna play along? Are we gonna actually like join them in building a god? Or are we gonna get out of here somehow else?
I mean,
Well, assuming that he can do this, he's not gonna stop. We should at least
True.
stay along just to get information.
Like,
and if we have a chance to backstab him and take the money, then we have a chance to backstab him and take
Tell me if this is a crazy idea. You know how I still need money for my town?
Uh-huh.
We have a gem mine. Do you think we could convince them to go and give me the money for the town in return for mine gems? Access to the gem mine.
How much do you like your arm? I
Well,
guess that's the question.
Yeah.
Because you could ask
Yeah,
him,
I guess
but if he
that's just
doesn't
making
feel
everything
like
the
it-
goblin's problem. It wouldn't. Yeah.
If he doesn't like the way you say it, you may lose an arm, maybe more.
Okay, I'm maybe not risking that.
Yeah.
But
Wait. That doesn't make any sense. Hold on, Eddie.
Yeah?
Lorson. Lorson. Do you know gems? You're a dwarf. If we have a gem mine, why do I need money?
Lennon, you
Girl,
need,
I don't know.
Lennon, you need the money to basically. So the town was damaged, like infrastructurally.
I know what I've been told, Liv.
Okay,
In
sorry.
character, I am doubting all of my beliefs right now.
Okay. It's hard to tell sometimes when you're in character and out. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I apologize. No, fully in character. I am fully baffled and taken aback by the sudden realization that my town should have actually money.
Yeah.
And this doesn't make sense to me anymore.
Yeah. Why didn't your town have any savings? Why was that? Hmm.
I'm about to have an existential crisis. So I think we should finish this first. And then I'll think about home later.
So, are
Seems-
you going to offer like
Oh, absolutely
a-
not. No.
Okay.
My brain is at like 1,000 miles from that now.
Okay.
I'm not about to
Good.
go up there and offer anything.
So like
Oh.
as you're talking, like Sinir and the Duke are like having a conversation in a hushed tone.
Ooh.
I do want to point one thing out. The thing on the desk that's giving off light, it is an oil lamp connected to a rather large reservoir of oil, like more than you'd think you would need.
Hmm.
I'm sorry I didn't mention it before. It just didn't come up. So what you doing? Anything more in the team huddle?
I think we've just come to the conclusion that we at least need to stick around to get the information of what he's actually trying to do and isn't saying at face value.
Okay.
Am I wrong in that, everybody? Or
Yeah, I mean, if we leave now, we know too much and he's going to hunt us down. If we stay
Mhm.
on board now, we have a chance to backstab him later. That's where I can. That's where I stand.
The Duke is awaiting the breakup of your team huddle.
I was waiting to see if anyone was trying to listen in on them while we were talking.
I mean, one of you can literally read minds.
How preoccupied would Nightshade be with keeping all of our conversation internal, though?
it doesn't take any resources, so
okay.
effectively it's like a
Yeah.
nothing.
It's
Cool.
it's literally like the cat is just a walkie-talkie, basically.
Right.
Amazing.
I'd say, Liv, do you say I would notice them doing this?
I mean,
Or-
you've got better hearing than most everyone, so yeah, you would notice them having a conversation.
Okay, and knowing that the fact that they axing us is probably on the table, I guess I will go a bit of mind reading.
You going for the mind read? All right. So, surface thoughts or deeper thoughts?
Let's start with surface because I got this for like a full minute. Let's see what's on the surface first.
On Sinir or on the Duke?
I guess either or.
Well, no, this is an important question.
Well, it would be both because this is like within anything within an area. So
Okay.
It's not
Okay,
one
so I'll
target,
just
it's any...
I'll just like lump their thoughts together then. Make a wisdom save, please.
Okay. This is one of those characters.
So, as you try and pick up their surface thoughts, you are assaulted by the most vivid imagery that you have ever seen in your life. You see vistas that completely baffle you. You're not sure. You see a massive stone temple. You see great soaring creatures. You see fire. You see anger. You see and feel arrows stabbing into your side. You feel the caress of the ocean breeze on your scales. You see a great red flying creature crash into a hillside where it is attacked by small pink fleshy creatures bearing spears and clad in furs. You see yourself land in a desert, surrounded by humans clad in rags, and you raise a single golden hand to one of these minuscule creatures, and you offer them gold. You offer them the power to shape and mold gold. Then your vision goes back, and you're within this large temple, this massive stone temple, a brazier full of a bright white flame, surrounded by 8 tables, each one of them with a single ovoid sphere that lay silent, stony, and petrified. And all of this information flashes by you in an instant. And it is so much information, is so vast, and you feel the sadness so deep in your soul that, like, I'm pretty sure if cats were capable of crying, you would be bawling your eyes out. It takes everything you have to stay standing and stay conscious as this assault, much more vivid and much more varied than any thoughts that you've ever read before, washes over you. It's as if you just
How does this affect the walkie-talkie network?
the walkie-talkie network stops for a full 30 seconds.
Okay.
And then
Neat.
and then as Nightshade kind of recovers, it comes back. You got nothing but images because all of the thoughts are in a language you don't speak, but the images were so much more than you usually get. It's almost if you were looking at the true essence of everything you were seeing instead of just a half recalled image.
By the time like Nightshade is lucid again, I'm like holding them. And just be like, buddy, you okay? You okay? You okay?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
did a little searching.
I-
Well, he's definitely right on this dragon thing. And I do think he at least has memories of a dragon. And a hunch tells me maybe one of them is one. Mm,
How old is
thought-
he?
I don't know. That was rough. Ooh.
Jade, you don't. So, based on what you know about Duke Gearden Helmcrest, or did I say Helmcrest or Cresthelm the first time? My brain is Cresthelm. Is what I said. What you know about Duke Gearden Cresthelm is that he has been around for so long, but he's aged so gracefully. As far
Mhm.
as you're aware, he's like in his like mid to late 80s. But like there's no like uh coherent like consensus on that. Like he always looks to be in his like mid to late 30s, like early 40s.
Okay.
But like you don't know how old he actually is. He's all you know he's older than you.
Fair
Am
enough.
I out of character for a second?
Mm-hmm.
That's something that always like crosses my mind when doing world building for fantasy worlds.
Yeah.
Is just like how the different species or races interact. And like all the humans would have a good idea of what a human looks like at a certain age, but the other species would have like possibly no clue if they're not around them that often.
Yeah. As far as
So I
you're
feel like
aware,
this is like the kind of context in this world where like a guy could actually get away with that just because maybe there's not enough people aware of what one race actually looks like when they get old.
nah. As far as you're aware, Duke Gearden might be a is as far as you're aware, he's a human, but like he might have like some elf in his ancestry somewhere. You don't know.
And Nightshade's pretty sure that the partner was likely at least what he considers to be a dragon.
What's up, Len?
I
You got
probed them
your
both. I probed them both, and I got a mixed perspective of the two.
and it was some wacky bullshit.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
But Liv, you also did say I felt anger in there a little bit too. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you felt anger, sadness, ambition, and just a general like melancholy.
Mhm.
You're not quite sure what came from what because it's just
yeah.
it was just too much information. Like it's like when in Mass Effect when Shepard sees the Prothean beacon and gets like that message about the Reapers, but like it's just not designed for a human brain.
Okay.
So he just his fucking head explodes.
But that does serve as pretty good confirmation to me that he's not just doing this for the good of humanity.
But he is.
No,
He's doing it for
Yeah,
what he
he's not.
believes is the good of humanity, and what he
No,
believes is
Liv,
the good
I'm
of humanity
telling
is very unlikely to be actually the good of humanity.
Yeah.
Yeah, Liv, I'm telling you he's not. This is not. You can't say it.
I know, but I'm not gonna confirm or deny anything because I
You
want
don't
to
need to
see.
confirm. I've reached the truth already.
I just
It
want to
doesn't matter
see.
what you say.
I have multiple ideas for how this goes down and like where you guys wind up, like with the Duke as far as like friends to enemies, to lover. No.
No.
Oh,
Stop.
Duke.
um.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I relay
So-
all that to the party. That he is. At least one of them has memories of a massive beast that he was speaking of, and the emotions were not positive. And that it took quite a fucking lot out of me.
So I think we should leave our contact information and leave.
Just leave
That
him
sounds
your
prudent.
phone number.
Yeah, like
We have cell phones, so I mean, yeah.
That's true.
yeah, we'll just
No
say
chance
if
this guy
the-
doesn't.
if, what do you call them? The kobolds, if they get in trouble again, give us a call. Words, and then we leave.
Okay.
Mhm.
You still got to
Sounds
figure
good.
out how to get the gold back from him though.
Live.
Mm-hmm.
That's not happening.
I don't know. Maybe if you offer like a good investment, something that maybe will come back to. I don't know. Like this man's been around a while. You know? Gotta
I'm
spend
so tempted to bring up that my town has a gem mine, but that's a terrible idea.
gotta spend
Yeah,
money
I'm not
to-
bringing up anything that we've been doing about.
Yeah.
gotta spend money to make money, y'all.
Just that the bad idea part of my brain wants to make a deal here, but the good idea part of my brain says we go home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. But like the bad part of your brain is the same one that makes deals with devils, and I mean there's not any devils around. This is the closest you're gonna get. I'm just saying.
I'll find a different devil. It's fine. So who wants to get us out of this? Who wants to try and who wants who wants to break this and then go tell them we're going home?
Eddie, you have a lot of expertise when dealing with business partners.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You wanna risk having your arm cut off?
Nope.
I guess I mean I'm taking the cat with me.
Good idea.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll stand aloof and be intimidating.
Okay. I approach. I approach with the cat in my hands,
Okay.
and I don't even I don't know how these our phone devices operate. So I just kind of hold mine out, and I'm like, contact information would be good.
So, I forget. Do you guys have sending stones or sending slates? I don't remember.
I believe
I
Eddie has
have
a
one of
slate,
each.
and the rest of us have the stones.
Okay, so they work off like radio frequencies. So basically, each one is tuned to a very specific frequency.
Yeah.
Can we just like bonk them together?
Yeah, you
or-
can just bonk them together, and it'll just like
Cool.
add the save number as a rune.
That's what I'm going for here.
Yeah. So the Duke will pull out his sending slate, and it is of course embossed with gold. Of course.
Obviously.
Yes. And he's like, "So this isn't a no to working together to bring forth a brighter future
Well-
for humanity."
Right at the moment, we are doing some work for the town. I think you probably figured that. You seem to know a lot about us. You probably know exactly what's going on. So
I
I'm not even going to bother. We're going to attend to that other stuff. And you have our number in case anything happens to the kobolds. And we'll work from there.
he
Does that sound okay? I feel like I should stop saying words.
he ponders for a moment, and then he'll pass his sending slate to Sinir, who will walk over and bump the slate against your stone. And Sinir goes, "Walk carefully. You do not know what lies in the shadows." And then we'll
Most of
walk
us have
back.
dark vision, actually. The shadows are not that big of a deal.
I grew up in caves. It's a lot of snails, to be honest. There's a lot of cats down there too.
Really? Who would have guessed?
Oh, you should come by sometime. We have a lot of cats. It's a whole thing.
Okay, that sounds nice.
Yeah, I had a cat. I told you about them. We don't have to get into it.
The best part is like you're taking this very, very literally, but like in like the wrong direction. It's great. All right.
Liv, we get it. She's gonna try to stab us later. I
No.
understand.
No. Sinir will not do anything unless they are told to. I got a lot of non-binary like tacit villains in this campaign. I just realized. Hang on a moment. I gotta like rework some stuff.
Mhm.
We got Leisure and now we got Sinir.
Hey, it's fine.
Oh, it's fine.
I like non-binary bitches. They're great. Sorry. Yeah. So the Duke retrieves his sending slate from Sinir, and says, "Once, I do hope that we can work together towards a more fruitful partnership and a better future. After all, I know that you each have your own issues to handle. As a show of good faith, I will grant you something. Something that I feel will benefit you as a whole." And then he points to the dwarf and he's like, "You, son of stone, step forth."
Aye.
Is that a good idea?
He as you step forth, he like reaches out and he grabs your arm, and it's like this man who is like supposed to be like in his like late 80s is holding you with like strength that surpasses like, I mean, you're made of living stone and diamond. And he is like holding your arm deadly like tight and deadly still. He flips your arm over and he slides your ringmail sleeve up, and he traces like the veins of diamond through your wrist, and he goes, "Interesting." And he touches a vein, and like you feel like this jolt of magic from his touch, and there's like a small golden glow. And he says, "Ah, just as I thought. You have the swirl of destiny about you, son of stone. Tell me, how much do you know of where you hail, where you are from?"
I don't.
He tuts, and he's like, "Well, upon your return to the Republic, upon your return to the Republic, try and seek passage to the mountains. To the mountains that border Free State. Beneath there, you shall find a passage deep underground. It is there that you will find information, perhaps revelation, about where you hail." Then he slides your sleeve back down and releases your arm. So, like, just to like bring everyone to the map real quick. I mean, everyone can go to the everyone can go to the map, but I'll just activate it. He's talking like here, like the mountains, like right next to Free State.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. Just because
My
I
mountains are the other ones, right? The king and near
yeah,
Kingsfall?
yours are the Kingsfall Mountains. The ones that
Thank you.
he's telling Lorson about are the Free State Mountains.
Gotcha.
And they're-
Thank you.
I mean, they're all the Delaware mountain range, but this is specifically the Free State Mountain. Sorry, I was trying to like do the fucking map from memory, and I was like, wait, why am I doing that? I have like the map like right here. So apologies if that wasn't super clear.
No, you're fine.
All right, but and then he'll like so he releases your arm, and he turns and he says, "At the very least, your stone-witted companion will prove more useful to you in hopefully soon to be aligned goals." Does anyone have any like response to that? Does Lorson have any response to that? Like, Lorson seems pretty down to learn about like dwarf stuff, and he just basically got told like, "Hey, if you go to like this mountain, like there's just a bunch of dwarf shit."
But my brain is like blanking hard.
I'm assuming that's in character. Lorson just like we're gonna get like for like an hour later, and Lorson's gonna be like, "That strange man was telling me something." I was like, we shouldn't joke about Lorson too much, but like it is a little silly.
I mean, it makes him good though. That's why I'm enjoying playing.
Yeah,
He's kind of great.
he is kind of great. I like characters that are like stupid, but not like in like an offensive way. I like that. It's like that fucker from Critical Role. What's his name? The Goliath guy. Grog? That's his name?
Yeah.
Frog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I keep the poster, the wanted poster?
You did.
Okay, so like Lorson's obviously interested in the dwarf stuff, but going to ask if the Duke has seen the person on this poster.
He's gonna look at the poster, he's going to look at Eddie. And there's a, like, inscrutable look on his face that's somewhere between smug and, like, a secret second thing. Because he's able to identify it pretty quick.
So no emotion.
So it's not, like, no emotion. It's, like, you know that look of, like, when a cat, like, eats, like, a whole plate of chicken? And they're, like, so full of food that, like, they can't move. So you walk in and they're just laying next to the plate of chicken. And they just give you that look. And it's like, do what you must. I've already won. Like, you know the look, right?
Sure.
I think I got it wrong.
Hmm?
Eddie.
Yeah?
I think it's the other one.
What?
I think the dragon's the other one.
The other one?
Oh. Which one are we talking about? I mean, I know, but I just want to make sure that you know.
Not the one that seems like obvious because it's the weird thing that we don't know what it is. I think the
Uh-huh.
fleshy one.
Oh, yeah. I kind of okay, but still doesn't have a
Wait,
shell though.
did you? Yeah, I think they just don't look like what we think they look like.
It's not gonna. It's a human. I mean, it's not gonna look like a human.
Yeah,
it's a dragon. It's a god thing. It's no. No. Don't worry about it. It can't.
I'm just really confused about its vibe, and that's the only thing that makes sense to me right now.
It's a rich plutocrat. His vibe is like completely off and forever.
Oh,
No. This is normal. This is some guy who's crawled entirely too far up his own rear end, and thinks that he's going to summon a god. I'm not. No.
What?
I think I'm getting in over my head here. I'm letting my brain's running away from me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should get out of here. I don't know what.
100%.
Yeah, this he's gonna just go around offering us a bunch of shit, and then next thing we know, we already owe him, right?
Then we owe him, and then we lose an arm. Yep.
Yeah. So should we take off? Like, should we just grab them and run, or should we hear him out and then make off discreetly?
We should hear him out, nod to smile, and then leave, and then never come.
Oh god.
This is like how they talk about like treating like talking to the Fae, right? Like the in the woods, like just don't agree to anything.
The Fae can't lie to you, and plutocrats can. So like, it's actually kind of more dangerous, if you ask me.
Treat it like
I
a
think
lion,
that's a
Lennon.
misconception.
Lennon, just
Huh?
treat
Which
it like
part?
a lion. Keep your ground.
The
don't
Fae,
take
I
it.
don't know anything that I don't know.
Oh god.
I've worked with a couple of Fae. They're not that bad.
He
Okay.
hands back the poster and like gives like a sly look to Eddie and goes, I've never seen this person in my life. I'll keep an eye out though, and I'll let you know. Smuggling, punishable by
Thank
death in the
you.
kingdom. Very interesting.
Is that a good sign?
I think so.
Okay.
Since
I'll try to
we will
calm
be
down.
partners in this, shall we make a toast?
Oh god.
Oh, maybe we should
Wilson
rein
just
him
takes
in.
out the
Should
keg
I
of
inst-
must
I-
shine.
He's taking out the keg of must shine.
Yes.
Oh god. Alright.
Maybe we need to rein him in. Uh-oh.
I really feel like I should do something to stop this, but I'm hesitating so hard.
Lennon, you know how I DM. I'm not gonna kill you.
Yes, you will live.
No, I won't. Not without it being very funny.
Exactly. There you go.
I
Is anyone gonna?
I think I'm just letting this happen. I think I'm gonna let this play out.
So you pull out this keg of mushshine, and the nobleman claps his hands and he's like, Ah, yes, a toast to a new business deal. At least one of you has some decorum. And please allow me to get the drinks. And he whips his wrist, and from the pile of gold, you see 3 goblets, solid gold goblets, rise of their own accord and come and land on the map table. Would the rest of you care to join us in a toast?
I think I'm good.
I'm afraid that wouldn't exactly keep me alive, thank you.
Yeah, no, it would kill you.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm saying this in character.
Okay.
Please.
Yeah,
Please.
okay.
With-
Okay, sorry.
Would accepting be agreeing to something, or is it just a drink?
It is simply a drink and a toast to a potential partnership in the future.
I'm not gonna burn any bridges.
So, you do remember the mushine is highly acidic
Mm-hmm.
and highly alcoholic. So does Linen have any way to dampen that, or are you just gonna let roll tide?
I thought I had some bullshit, but let's roll Constitution saves is what I think I'm gonna
Alright.
do.
So he'll grab another mug from the thing. It's there's just assorted goblets that I guess the kobolds have stolen, and he'll gesture to Lorson to pour out the 4 drinks, one for him, one for Sinir, one for Lorson, one for Linen.
Hello. Wait. Before Lorson pours anything,
Mm-hmm.
can I tap him on the shoulder? And in Dwarvish, which has not come up yet, I speak perfectly fluent Dwarvish.
Oh shit.
I just to Lorson, just let me pour these, please.
Does Lorson let Linen pour? Carol?
Do as you must.
I love that Lorson just has a delay, his fucking brain has to process the words manually.
You know what, I'm gonna stay on this end of the table. Can I sleight of hand while pouring?
What are you trying to do?
What I would like to do is sleight of hand, from my water skin, two of the glasses for Lorson and myself, so it's just water.
Okay.
If there's any way I can pull that off.
You could probably do it for yours. I feel like
Okay.
Lorson's would be contested because I think Lorson actually does want to drink this because he is literally built for it.
Lorson's a dwarf; he can handle it.
Okay, so you're just gonna do yours?
Yeah, I will pour myself water if I can pull it off.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand check then.
Oddly enough, I'm built for it too.
I mean, yeah. Okay. So as you're pouring this out, you kind of adjust it so it's just out of sight of the Duke.
Mhm.
As you're doing your own, and you pour yourself what sounds like a big old heaping glass of mushine, but it is mostly water, but you dribble in a tiny bit of it just to give it the right color because it is a little bit of a milky liquid.
Cool.
Yeah. So unless someone knew exactly what mushine looked and smelled like, it would be borderline impossible to tell. You pour Lorson a glass, you pour the Duke a glass, and you pour the dragon a glass. The dragon creature a glass.
When I hand Lorson the glass,
Mm-hmm.
I'll pass them out. When I hand Lorson the glass, I'd like to say in Dwarvish, I don't know how your traditions work, but don't finish the whole thing. Just, I don't know. Just don't do that, okay?
You are telling me to not finish my drink.
feel like
Just
that's
trust,
a. I feel like
trust
that's
me
like
once.
a.
Trust me once.
I feel like that's like a willpower save for Lorson.
It might be.
um, Lennon, can you explain like to me what you're trying to do? Because I'm actually a little confused.
Ruin the toast.
Oh.
I don't want my friend making this deal for real. And I'm going to argue in whatever nonsense they have that this deal isn't set if that's not drunk fully.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to let it come up now. I'm going to just leave as soon as we can.
Okay. The
Which is another thing I should mention to Lorson and Dwarvish is that we need to go.
So the Duke will raise his glass of this like stuff that you have established is like acidic and like borderline poisonous. And he will say, a salute to a wonderful new partnership to be. And he is going to drain it, and the scaled one is going to drain it as well. And both of them seem completely unaffected. They drink it like water.
I
Like-
also down my water.
What does Lorson do? Does Lorson drain the whole thing, or does he?
Lorson will upsettingly listen to the small green one.
Oh, I guess I guess I should follow my own advice and not drink the entire thing, but
Uh, the then the Duke once the toast is done, he will look to Lorson and he'll look to Lennon and he'll say, "At the very least, I am glad that at least two of you have decorum. I hope that your village finds what it needs, but know that I am always here and I am more than willing to assist in exchange for a little tete-a-tete."
Hmm. Hmm.
well, thank you. Thank you. I mean, that's a good connection to have. Is whoever you are, a duke. Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm from out of town. I apologize.
Hmm. This
Oh boy, that drink sure is strong.
Never
We
see-
should attend our other matters. Would it be so rude if we slowly back out of the room?
He gestures for you to leave, and he's like, "Please go. I don't bite."
May I ask one last question?
Oh yeah, he's a vampire.
Okay.
Can you only control the gold, or is it like what about gems and such?
Hmm.
Because I do enjoy rocks and shiny stones.
Gemstones tend to be a bit more difficult. It's mostly coinage that I deal in.
I see.
It is not beyond my capabilities. Plutomancy is the magic of wealth itself. The more well established the wealth is in the minds of the populace, the more malleable that wealth is. Gemstones are fickle things. You dwarves see them as, well, you are gemstone. So for you, it's less a matter of wealth and more a matter of being. For
This is why I was concerned.
for for humans, they are pretty important. So in a human-controlled land, gemstones are, they're fairly easy. Elves, however, they care not for gemstones. As a result, most plutomancers stick to the widely accepted currency.
Hey Lennon,
Yeah.
Did you hear how he said he doesn't bite?
Yeah,
You like how he said it though, right? Yeah.
I did hear it.
He's
I don't.
he's vampire.
And a dragon?
Def. Vampire
Can they
dragon.
do
Maybe
that?
is that a thing? I think that might be a thing. I don't know if it's a thing. I'm not sold on the whole dragon part, but I'm pretty sure he's a vampire.
Oh, Jesus.
What about the other one?
I mean, vampires have thralls
Ah.
and lovers.
Okay.
I don't know which it is. I still
Oh,
think
it
that might be.
explains the cave. Whoa, oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No sunlight. Yeah, exactly.
You might be onto something.
Actually-
We should.
Vamp-
Oh,
va-
Oh, they might not be
and the
dragons at
wealth.
all.
Yeah, and the wealth makes sense too.
Oh, it's a scam. That makes more
Yeah, well,
sense.
That's what I was saying from the beginning. It was a scam. It was fleecing them. Yeah.
I
Okay,
love how
I
we've
was-
looped back around.
Fuck, I was falling for it.
No, it's okay. It was pretty cunning. It was very cunning.
Yeah, you're gonna have to teach me some of this stuff.
I'd be glad to.
Okay. Oh no. Okay, so then we need to get Lorson out of here.
Well,
Can't
no,
go making
no,
deals
Lawson-
with vampires.
But he doesn't have any blood.
Oh. So it doesn't matter. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he'll be okay.
Yeah.
I'm bit-
Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, y'all are fucking goobers. Oh my god.
What do you mean?
You invited us to this. You have
No,
one to
no,
believe but yourself.
I very much appreciate how this went from, oh, it's a scam, to, oh, hang on, maybe he's telling the truth, to, oh, no, this is a scam.
I mean, he likely is scamming to some degree.
Oh, Jesus. Like, the worst part is, like, I do have a scammer character, and y'all have completely fucking passed them by. Like, you bought,
Jacob's
like...
not a scammer. He's doing his best, okay?
No, I'm not talking about Jacob.
Okay.
Gold Scales is an honest man. Okay? Not like this scumbag.
Vampire.
Mm-hmm.
It just makes sense.
Now I feel like I have to, like, rewrite, like, a later part, because, like, I feel like I'll actually throw something at you, and you guys will be like, well, no, it can't be that, because this, and it's like, no, it's,
It in his 80s looks like he's, you know, in his 30s. Yeah. No, it all
Mhm.
tracks.
mhm.
That's why he was so mad about the silver.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
That makes sense.
it does. It does. We should leave.
One of you just
We should
whips
definitely
out,
leave.
one of you just whips out a mirror, be like, look! Alright, so he gives
Nightshade,
you,
we should leave.
he gives you leave to leave.
So are we all walking out effectively?
Hmm.
Is
I was
Lawson walking out?
fully expecting this to end in bloodshed, I'm gonna be honest.
I'm gonna wait.
I was
by
kind
the
of hoping
cave-
for it, if I'm
cave
being honest,
entrance
too.
here until Lorson starts doing something because I'm a little worried.
I mean,
It's time to go.
I'm gonna be honest, you guys kind of, like, skirted by, like, everything that would lead to a fight.
And Liv?
Uh-huh.
So, like, my background does give me money. So,
Yeah.
as I'm walking out, I'm just going to drop the 10 gold pieces that I have, as money means nothing to this cat. And
Okay.
I've seen, and I need to get better than this
Oh no.
Plutomancer. Nightshade is very upset that his invisibility did not work.
So you're just dropping your money and
As as I'm walking away, like I kind of like a extremely faint scoff as I just drop the 10 gold coins out of my mouth onto the floor.
Oh boy. All right. So as you you exit the cave in to see Goldscale there with the rest of his kobold pack. And they're all marveling over Goldscale's arm. And Goldscale, being the ultimate fucking scammer that he is, is showing off the arm and the runes upon it and going like, "Yeah, see, I got chosen by the Duke. See, brand new arm. I'm honestly, the greatest disciple of the Golden One. You see, I don't think any of yous could ever stand where I am."
Liv, I think you used the wrong word to describe Gold Scales.
But
You said he was a swindler, a
Mhm.
scammer.
mhm.
He is an honest messiah.
Clearly, he's brilliant.
Yes. You should pay him the respect he deserves.
Mhm.
I think that we need more justice for Goldskill.
Yes.
Yeah. And that is why all of you, the amount of gold you owe me has just gone up by twice. We need to do our best for the Golden One, and we are going to bring 2,000 gold next month. You hear me? That means you, Jimmy. No more crying about the cat or whatever. And like as you all like kind of like crawl out through the little gap, he turns, he's like, "Ah, new devotees of the Golden One. How you doing? How'd you get on with the Duke?" And he just kind of like he pats like Lennon like on the back and just tries to like guide like the rest of you away from the kobold pack. He's like, "Come on, get the fuck away from me. They don't need to hear this."
Hey,
Like
don't. I'm
Hmm?
not gonna say anything. Don't worry.
I'm not going to say anything for now,
Sorry,
but if you touch one more cent from Powder Keg, I will tear that arm off of you and give it back to the Duke.
like as he kind of like leads you like away from like the rest of the kobolds who are like chittering all excitedly, he looks and he's like, "Look, honestly, I don't know if this thing does come off." And he's like pulls up his sleeve, and you just see where it's like is a seamless connection to his like
Mhm.
shoulder. And he's like, "I don't know how this thing works. There's no joints. It moves like," and he kind of flexes his elbow, and it's just like completely like a regular flesh arm, except it's very visibly made out of metal.
Mm-hmm.
Look, that is the most terrifying thing I've ever seen. I don't.
So,
Well,
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of cool.
I mean, it's very
If you steal from
cool,
Powder
but
Keg again,
also.
if you steal from Powder Keg again, it'll be the second most terrifying thing you've ever
But
seen.
hold on. Does it hurt? Like, can you hurt it? Like, not does it hurt on your arm, but can it get hurt?
Wilson reaches out and like pinches the arm.
You try and pinch it, but it's like actually like as hard as metal. You get no purchase whatsoever. He's like, "I mean, I felt you kind of like try and touch it, but I didn't feel nothing bad from it."
Okay. You're. I don't know how to say this because it's mostly that I pity you. Um, I didn't want you to die, and that guy was gonna kill you, so I paid off your debt, right? I don't think
Mhm.
you should stick around here if you want to continue to be alive.
Are you sure that this relationship of yours is going to be worth it? He seems very okay with killing you.
We're pretty sure that he might be a vampire.
A vampire? Yeah, I've seen him in the sun at least once.
Yeah, it's called sunscreen. Anyone can get that,
Is
including vampires.
I does that work?
If it blocks
why wouldn't it
if
work?
it blocks UVA and UVB, then yes. But also, I don't think that's available in this tech level. I don't know.
Don't worry about it, Liv. Don't worry.
I'm saying words like whether or not they're true is kind of immaterial. Honestly.
Yeah, but sorry, but Gold Scale looks like, look, all right, fucking, we're up here above ground. We can't go back down. Like getting the god going on is that's about all we got. All right.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Okay, I think the best option for I I don't know why I'm bothering. We're gonna leave. I think you should leave. I think it's in your best interest to leave. And I could help you, but I don't think that you care that much. So unless you want help leaving, bye.
He's gonna just say, he's like, okay, but what if? Okay, so I know you think it's a scam, but what if it's not?
Oh, I
What
don't
if?
even know if it's a scam or not. Like I think you're gonna die either way.
Yeah. If it either way, you're not gonna live to see it.
But
Like, even if it's not a scam, you should probably get somebody else to do your job, and you should go somewhere else.
he looks down. He's just like, "Look, all right. I just want my people to be able to come up to the surface. All right. All I want."
I mean, surface kind of sucks, but that's okay.
I mean, do you know like how many kobolds try and become a god?
I really don't, and I apologize, because yeah, no, I don't worry about that.
Yeah, you don't, cause you got one.
No, I don't.
You
I'm sorry.
didn't.
Well, kind of.
Well, you didn't even have to ascend. You just got like some fucking cat people come across the ocean, show up and go, "Hey, do you want a god?" And you were like, "Oh yeah, fuck me up, fam."
Well, it's 'cause we
Like,
have cats.
like no
At
one
least
did
I
that
thought
for
that was
us.
why.
No
Wait,
one did that
right.
for us.
Now I'm confused about. Never mind. Okay, sorry.
But
What
he's
you-
like Goldscale has a very loose interpretation of goblin history. Like goblins are very very jealous of kobolds are very jealous of goblins because the goblins were in the same position as them, but like they basically got like just given a they didn't have to try as far as the kobolds are concerned. But like every kobold, like the average like leading cause of death for kobold. I'm like I'm just imagining the Goldscale's telling you this. I just don't want to do the accent right now. The leading cause of death for kobolds is trying to gain divinity. The only reason they're not extinct is literally because their breeding rate is that high. Like they lay like clutches of eggs in the thousands. And so like and you
Yeah.
could yeah.
Yeah, that's a problem. But also, you personally could die.
Yeah, and what if I'm the one who helps usher in this new era of kobolds with a divine backing? Know what they'll call me? They'll call me Prophet Goldscale the Eternal.
Prophet. Yeah, but you have to be alive. I mean, you could die. No, I guess you're right. If you
No,
die,
that's
they'll call you
that's how
something.
murders work.
Yeah. But you have to be alive for that to mean anything, though, right? Or do you care? No. Whatever. I was gonna say, just like, if you decide you don't want to die, call me. And I just like hold out my sending stone, hoping that they also have one.
He'll pull out his, and it's like very visibly like busted. Like most sending stones, like around like the part where like the voice comes out, like there's like a little like engraving of a mouth. It is like completely worn bare. And
Okay.
he bumps it
Wait.
against yours.
Thank you. Okay. I just sorry, it slipped my mind. They're gonna call us if they have a problem with you. So I'll call you if they have a problem with you and give you a heads up, and just don't die until then. And then it's good to have friends, right?
I'm very good to have friends. I
Okay, so
appreciate that.
yeah, don't get murdered. And then if we need you, I'll call you. Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good. Just give a thought to what the Duke said, eh? Fucking.
I don't know. He's either, you know what? No, you don't need to know that either. I'm concerned about your Duke. That's all. Probably a vampire, if not other things.
Well, gold scale.
Yeah. I'm just gonna kind of like pat him on the shoulder and try to walk away at some point.
He lets you. He doesn't like stop you. He's just like a little disappointed that you're not like helping. Like in his mind, it's like in his mind, like he's just kind of like he doesn't like so he's benefiting from this, right? He is like skimming off the top a tiny bit, like you can tell because of like how but like his intentions are good. He's a scammer and a swindler, but like you do get the sense that like his end goal is to create this god and bring his people out of the underground.
I immediately do a heel turn and like just point at him and like, wait, hold on, okay, for real? Did you steal the money from the treasury? Just between us.
Kind of like bites his cheek, and he's like, "I tried. We got most of it out. We didn't get to deliver it. It's why we had to hit the gold mine."
Oh, okay, I wasn't expecting that. Where? Oh, sorry. Hold on. Eddie, we have information.
Oh, go on.
Um, just we can you have paper and things sometimes. Can you write stuff down?
Sure. Sorry, what I missed? I was just.
We just sorry, gold scale go on.
Well,
So-
we got to the vault. We dug our way
Yeah.
in. We had a scroll of dimension door, so we made a big old portal. We lost one kobold trying to get the door open. And then
Right, so
we saw.
My system detected a raid incoming.
is there a tree nearby? Are we still in the cave area?
yeah, like you could use it like on the you could use it like on like a rock, like near the entrance.
So upon hearing that he was the one who stole the stuff, I can pick him up by his neck and pin him to the wall.
Well, no, he said that
Alright.
they attempted, but they got like interrupted by the
Oh,
person who
I know.
did.
I love it. Okay.
So like he's gonna cry out. He's like, "It pulled me down. I didn't fucking steal it. It fucking got stolen from me while I was stealing it."
Okay, we'll let him collapse to the floor. I will not put him down. I will release him. There's a subtle difference.
I don't like the water broad. She's fucking mean.
You think so? I've had nothing but a pleasant time, and they get stuff done. It's really I don't know.
Sorry for interrupting. Tell us who stole it. Now.
Okay, so
Ah.
we had the door like more or less open, and then as we were pulling the money out, we got like half of it, and then this big fucking void just opened up under the pile of money, and the coins just sunk in.
What color was it?
It was a void. The color of that
Well, yeah,
fucking
but,
cat
like-
over there.
Oh, like darkness.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what else I would have expected, to be honest.
So we just
So-
kind of gave up, went back through the dimension door to get out, and we all scattered very bravely.
I guess I wouldn't have told anyone either. That's really. Did you tell anyone when you were going to do that? Was anyone in the loop?
Only the person who told us where to dig.
Who told you where to dig?
It was the big kobold.
The big. Right. Okay.
Huh.
I'm. I like you. I like you for some reason. I don't know why. Just don't die, okay? Be careful what you do. Don't die. I think you should find some way to make money that's not with like what they tell you to do exactly. Like keep paying them. That's probably in your best interest too. Just don't do their exact jobs. Because I think that's a problem. I don't trust what
Besides-
happened to you.
We would not want anything to happen to you.
I would
Nightshade
like it.
will-
I would
Nightshade
like.
will like angrily meow at fucking Eddie because in Nightshade's eyes they're starting to go a little far. Angrily meow just to back off.
Night like fucking like gold scale very visibly like shrinks away from Eddie. And drink my last Kool-Aid jammer too. Fuck.
True.
Yeah, he was saving it.
That-
Uh,
okay, I'm good. I'm good.
All right. So. Oh, jeez. All right. So the kobolds, they like Ghostkeel will kind of like back away from you, be like, "Well, I'll see you around if you stick around trusting me. Please, God, don't stick around trusting me." And the kobolds all like go scatter back to the road and start heading back to town. So you have some stuff.
I think we should keep those guys as friends.
I think we should keep them around as tools, but I
Well-
see where you're coming from.
Maybe I use the term friends loosely, like allies.
Now I just have
Well,
concerns
that-
about how you see friends.
We're friends, right?
I'm not sure how you define that. Anyway, you know what? Yes. Yes, of course we're friends.
Well, you're. Oh.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
But-
I mean, like for me, it's like it's you and the dwarf and the cat. That's how
Yeah.
things have been lately.
So, like, is the whole God thing actually like a thing? Like,
Like which
I've
one?
never. The whole premise. He's like, oh, we were creatures without a god, or thrown away, and like, no, I think it's just kobolds. They just kind
I
of
don't
suck.
know. Yeah, I don't know. I like.
Eddie, you just met somebody who could control go to the point where it could kill somebody.
Oh no, respect. I want to learn. I want to learn plutomancy.
I
Seriously, legit.
I
Wait, you think
saw
we
the
could learn that?
dragon
I don't think I
inside-
could learn. Do you think you could learn that?
Honestly,
maybe-
out of character, I'm surprised I haven't.
It is a subclass that I will provide to you if you want it.
It is a
Provide
wizard
me this information.
subclass. It's a wizard subclass though, so.
Nah, it is a wizard subclass.
But yeah, no. Nightshade will go on saying like, I could see at least
mean-
some evidence for it in his mind.
Eddie has 16 in, so that's not the worst wizard.
I have 16 int and a background in literally
Okay.
explicitly this thing that I've never heard of that is that fits my background perfectly. I was an accountant. I mean,
Yeah.
sorry. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
But like the god thing, like I don't believe he cares because whether he's an aristocrat or a vampire, fine line between the two, I don't necessarily see him neither truly needing the money nor truly caring about creating divinity for someone other than himself.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of sold on the dragon thing for a bit there, but like it's much more likely that it's a vampire, you know?
It just fits. It just fits so well.
Yeah, like what? Like really, mythical dragons are back from the dead, or it's a vampire. That happens every other week.
Yeah, or it's just a
Yeah.
vampire. A
Yeah.
vampire is aristocrat. I mean, again, I repeat myself, but like, it just tracks. And besides, I want to make something for all the people and make all of them happy. Quite
mean-
nearly Gibbs this kobold for for being a fiver shirt. Real?
So, like the whole gods thing, I don't know, cause like they're just playing. It's a scam. It's just a scam because they're just playing. I don't know if it works. They're just playing off the downtrodden, right? Like,
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't know if it works. No one's done this before.
Well, I mean, if you pay attention to all the religions, they say they've done it a bunch, but
But
that's
never-
all like back then.
Never in a crowdfunding scenario.
I have
Like,
never paid attention to a religion, and I don't plan on starting now.
see, and like, but that's the thing. Is like, is that just a benefit because there's already a god that speak? Like, do we need to individually believe in our gods for this to work, or is it just like a percentage of our society that needs to believe in the
I
god
mean-
for us to be covered? Because like, wait.
I hope not, 'cause I don't.
Oh, hold on. I think I get it. Sorry. But like, it's just they're wow. Gods suck. They're just guys, aren't they?
Yeah.
Explicitly in this
is.
setting.
Hold on. You're just.
Am I just giving you an ontological?
I'm falling apart here. I'm falling apart here, Eddie. Because like, goblins. I don't know. We borrowed a god is how I always put it. Because like, we don't have our own one. We have Sydney, and they. I don't even remember. Was it the elves? We were doing our druids farming. We were farming things, and then the druids showed up, so we joined them. That's how it worked. So I'm not really invested because I'm not a druid. So, but like, because there's a god representing goblins, everybody like goblins are. We're not treated like garbage anymore.
Guys, I need to take a really quick BRB. Apparently, a cat broke into our apartment.
That's hilarious.
Tell the cat we say hi.
Hey,
I
hey,
will.
The
new
network,
cat, new
the
cat,
kitten,
hey.
the kitten distribution network has succeeded yet again. You have a new pet.
Yeah. Do you guys want me to hit a BRB, or are you guys gonna entertain the chats while
I will
wanna keep
always entertain
talking.
chat. That's what I
Okay,
do.
entertain the chat. I'm gonna go see what the fuck's going on.
I
Bold of you to
Okay.
assume that I am entertaining.
So,
like, we all agree we're ruining Liv's campaign, right?
oh, absolutely, it's fantastic.
Oh, this is so great. I love it.
May I finish my ramble before I forget where I was?
Oh, go absolutely. I'm
Like-
invested in this ramble.
Where was I even? Goblins, Sydney, borrowed a god. Yeah, like it's just there's. I think it doesn't matter if you believe in the god. I think there just has to be a god that represents you. Like, is there a system about that? Have we? Is that what is? This doesn't seem like how gods used to be. Like, because like, sorry, I'm getting too theological here.
I mean,
The gods are just guys. I thought gods were supposed to. I thought gods got power when you believed in them. Now it's just they're just guys.
I don't think gods have much power anyways. Like, you got clerics, but what clerics are just warlocks that cast healing spells, right? Like, it's just a same thing, right? A warlock is like, oh, I have this magic given to me by this guy, and a cleric's like, oh, I have this magic given to me by this guy.
Yeah. What makes the warlock better than the guy in the first place, though? They both got powers from somebody else. Wait,
Yeah.
Yeah. Are all of the gods a scam? I'm really confused. Like, the druids are all about Sydney, and I didn't pay much attention. I was busy doing other stuff, to be honest. I just wanted to go hunting most of the time.
Yeah,
It's funner.
Reason why I left. There's a reason why I left the chantry.
Okay.
I've never heard this story. Please tell me. I was gonna tell you all about about growing up with the Burrows, but that's fine. I would love to hear about the Chantry.
Oh,
It is all just a load of bullshit. There's like 3 people up at the top. They just decided that, everybody that's not like them is just evil. That's why they go around and just try to kill all of the tieflings.
Worst part is that you're not entirely inaccurate, but you're like inaccurate and like to the point where you're not wholly inaccurate, but like anyone who actually follows the doctrine and is high enough up to understand it would be like, no, that's wrong. That's actually really impressively in character for Lorson.
Lorson, what's a tiefling?
The people that have generally they're like red skin. They kind of have horns.
Super hot.
I mean, yeah, they are kind of hot to touch.
So,
but you should.
Yeah, that too.
The Linen, what he's describing, you've met a couple of people that match that description.
Mhm.
Except they're tieflings that are blessed by Sydney. Each god can make a tiefling. It's either a blessing or a curse depending on the god. Sydney blesses tieflings into existence, and Sydney's tieflings tend to have antlers and cloven legs.
Cute.
Yeah, like
I
they look
assumed
like
that we called them
fawns.
something else.
Yeah, I imagine you probably have another word for them in goblin, and also like
Hmm.
since they're all descended from goblins in your tribe, most likely they're probably very short.
Cute.
Yeah. Cat update. It's
Yeah,
big.
tell us.
It's big black cat. It
Oh.
ran into our apartment while Sai and Bran were doing something. I don't know what. Has no identifying collar, but it does have a flea collar on, meaning that it probably belongs to someone.
Oh yeah.
So Sai and Bran are now taking it like they've got like one of our cat crates and they're taking it like around to see if like, hey, has anyone lost a cat?
Yep.
That
If you
sounds
take it to a vet,
responsible.
they can scan it for microchip in the ear.
Ooh,
That
yeah.
It's 11
tells you,
it's almost 11 in the evening.
fair enough.
Right.
I also have a new cat.
Yeah. So,
That's why I had to scoot earlier.
yeah. I mean, hey, it's a very
He's
pretty cat.
Pippin.
It's a very pretty black cat. So,
Yay.
I mean, I wouldn't mind keeping it. That's not someone. That's not our cat to keep.
Yeah. Yes, agreed. That's not necessarily cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what's
You
going
missed
on?
my understanding of gods as omnipresent beings has collapsed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I accidentally
They're
caused an
just
ontological
guys.
crisis.
Yeah.
They're just guys
They are
that have
literally.
arbitrarily been chosen to represent groups of people.
Yep. They are.
Clerics are warlocks. There's no functional difference.
Yeah, that's
But, like-
why. That's why my warlock subclass are also clerics.
Like Eddie, like goblins. We just signed on with somebody else's god, and then we were just legitimized in the rest of society. Like the gold scales, right? Like they're. When was the last time you saw kobolds with a decent job? I mean, I don't know about your line of work. You guys have different things going on.
The answer is never.
When's the
Like-
last time you saw God? I mean, anyways.
Did you almost do a racism?
Jade, I thought this was an in-character bit. Do you genuinely just hate kobolds? Holy shit.
No,
What?
no. Jade was
No, I
about to
said
do a
goblins.
racism
I was
against
about to say-
goblins.
Oh, okay.
And in this
Oh.
universe, goblins do hold jobs. They are fully fledged members of society.
I think this is the most racist D&D character I've ever seen. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Damn.
Like, unironically.
I imagine there probably would be like a racial tension where it's someone's like, "Oh yeah, well they have a god, but like, you know, they didn't make their own. Like they just fucking got it at the store." Like, you know?
I mean, yeah.
No,
Like,
but honestly, like, yeah, kobolds don't make get those positions, I guess. But I don't see why not. I don't see anything divine about it. Like
But, like that. I mean, that's what I'm just realizing is it's not divine. It's just people being assholes.
it always has been.
Yeah, it's just arbitrary. But like, what else are you gonna do than buy a god at this point?
Why would a god change something? Like what? Gods
So
are just people. No
Yeah,
one's gonna
but if
recognize it.
Wait.
If
oh.
it, yeah,
Yeah,
like you
that's
think
a
people are
problem.
gonna be like, oh yeah, you have a god? No, people are not gonna believe them.
so someone ascending as a god does actually grant them divine power, so they can prove it.
Has this happened to in my experience?
Not in your experience, but you are aware.
Okay.
But you are aware of like because you would be aware of like when the god of
Question to
trickery.
the DM.
Yes.
Has any of that happened in any of our lifetime?
No, it is the last time it happened was
It's
about
all
100.
books. It's
Yeah,
all
it's
books.
like
It's
it's
all this-
history
it's
books. Yeah.
books. Yep. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
From our perspective, it could be lies.
Yeah. It could just be a
Fantasy
someone
or yeah.
Yeah, someone like justifying a thing. That's fair. Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
But like, does it matter if the god means anything? Does it matter if the god means anything? If all of our if you can't get a job because you don't have a god, if you make one, like, or are you thinking that they just won't care if we make one? If not, if they make one now,
I
like
mean,
they won't accept the
that's
new god.
okay. So let's say you're an elf, okay?
Yeah.
Terrible fate, I know, but let's say
Yeah,
that you're an elf.
look at me. I'm tall. I'm fancy. I live a long time.
Exactly. And someone says to you, "Hey, you should like take this kobold in or something," right? That's something that kobolds say probably.
What?
And they're
Okay.
like, "Oh, but they have a god now." Does that change your mind? Do you care? Do you believe that they have a god? Does that change anything to you? I don't think it does. I genuinely don't think it does. I don't think that, like, in
I
the
think you
eyes
stumbled
of
onto
the
something completely different here. Hold on. Wait.
yeah,
It doesn't matter if the god's real.
it really doesn't.
Yeah, a fake god. They could just start telling people.
In the yeah. No, I like this plaque.
Like,
I like this track. Yeah.
like if they that has just as much value as what we were just what you just said. That doesn't like why would an elf care?
Mm-hmm.
But why would they care whether it's real or not? If they're gonna believe it, they're gonna believe it.
Yeah.
We should.
And if gods are based on belief, like we were saying before, I mean, I don't really hold much stake in that, anyways. But like,
Yeah,
if
I'm
we're
not.
taking that as true, then it still holds
I mean, like,
because that's the belief.
how many gods just get off our plane and fuck off forever? Like, if everyone believes that there was a god, then there might as well have been.
I've never met one.
To your knowledge.
Raw
Okay,
intelligence.
so
Huh?
I don't
What?
know what to do with these conclusions, but I think we have something that we can base something off of here eventually.
I mean, I guess the conclusion is gold scales is way more persuasive than Mr. Moneyman ever could be.
You think?
I mean, yeah.
I love how all it took was for me to like leave you guys sitting for like maybe like 5 minutes, and you finally hit on the main conceit of the campaign. Well done.
I mean, okay. If I'm being honest, out of character,
Mm-hmm.
Eddie being blatantly racist to kobolds is what's making me want to support them.
Okay, so supporting the kobolds does mean
Good.
supporting the Duke though, because they
Right,
believe the
but-
Duke whole hog.
Right. Yeah, I know. That's the gotcha point of the campaign. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
but I do find
Currently.
it funny that like our little accountant friend here just being very mean to kobolds is what's making me want to support them.
Good. Out of character. Good. It's very funny.
So
I've just been rambling. I apologize.
no, I enjoy
I'm just forming thoughts and putting them into sentences.
what little I've heard is actually really interesting because it's like you're not wrong, and you're really touching upon the main conceit. It's like, yeah, the kobolds are getting fucked for something completely beyond their thing. They're being offered a lifeline, but the guy offering the lifeline's a little, I don't know, a little weird,
Sketch?
little sketch,
Wee
yeah,
bit sketch.
wee bit sketch. And maybe he has their best interest in mind. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he's thinking on a scale that's positively inhuman. Who knows?
I mean,
Well,
he's
it's
a
inhuman now
vampire,
because
so
he's a
it's all-
vampire. We've established that.
You know what I mean by inhuman. Like when he says he wants a better world for all of humanity, does he mean all of humanity or does he mean all of humanity? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. The rambling is fun.
Qu-
Yeah, the rambling is fun.
I have a question. I have a very, extremely important question, Liv.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Liv. The answer to this question is going to determine a lot of things about my beliefs in this world.
Mm-hmm.
Liv, is there a god of vampires?
There is. Why?
Okay. Well, because vampires aren't an independent race; they're turned other races.
Yeah. Yeah, so that is actually one way that someone could get around the thing if they become a vampire. But the god of vampires is also like one of those things where it's like, it's a god, yes, but you know, like it's not gonna like if you going around like sucking on people, it's still gonna
Lynn?
get you.
Yeah.
What?
Lynn, I had another idea. I had a second funnier idea.
What's up?
So, vampires have a god, right? I was
I-
thinking initially, like, if vampires don't have a god, then maybe he's a vampire trying to make a vampire god, because like vampires aren't necessarily of their own race, but they're actually also not their separate race, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But vampires, they can drink any blood, right? Like they can just have like beef blood, right? Gravy. Gravy is basically food for vampires, right?
No. Like, gravy is not blood. Unless you're making specifically blood gravy, in which point that's just like blood with extra steps. But, vampires, well, if they're regular fleshy vampires, the blood of mortals is going to fill them up a lot more than the blood of an animal. Blood of an animal, they need to drain like 2 entire horses to feel full, versus like just having a little sippy of a person.
Even for a kobold.
Even if they're a kobold, yeah. Because the
Mm.
hunger is not a physical hunger, it is a, I don't want to call it an emotional hunger, it is a being a vampire is a curse. Let's leave it at that.
Okay, scratch that idea then. Never mind.
Wait, I know a shit ton about vampires. We should continue this conversation. I'm a monster slayer.
Okay.
I can tell you're wrong.
Metaphysical hunger. That's it. Yeah.
If there's a way to magically create blood, then we could just have all the kobolds turn into vampires. Then they'd have a god.
That went a very different direction than I was thinking. I mean, the first problem with that is like one of them would have a god. The rest of them would be thralls, and then they'd be soulless horrors.
No, they all be vampires.
How are you gonna do that?
I mean, you only need one vampire to bite, and then they can all bite each other. I think they do that anyway.
Like a multi-level vampiring.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then they
but-
have a god, and they're happy.
You're trying. Wait, are you trying to tell me you're going to try and get the god of vampires to adopt the kobold species?
Yep.
Because getting them adopted by a god would work, but
Mhm.
like, it's the god of vampires.
I mean, they need somewhere to go, but like, that's an idea. Is that an idea?
Okay,
So
I think
so
it's an
hold on.
idea. I
You're
mean, like,
saying if all the kobolds are vampires, then they don't have to worry. But I think that's missing the point, isn't it?
I think that also makes them extinct because vampires can't make more vampires unless they crossbreed with a living person. And then like you can't have any more kobolds. Because everyone would just be like a half kobold vampire.
But
Like that is just
like,
consigning kobolds to extinction.
I think it misses the point of what we're doing or what they're trying to do, though, because like sorry, my brain got fuzzy. I've been too much rambling.
I mean, what we're trying to do is find $5,000 for for a powder keg and another $10,000 for your town, right? Like that's what we're trying to do, right?
Well, I guess, but that's not what the kobolds are trying to do, and I feel sorry for them at this point. Like, if they're all vampires, then yeah, hold on. Sorry. If they're all vampires, that outweighs the benefit to having a god, doesn't it? Because like,
I don't really know the
that's-
benefits of having a god, anyways. If I'm being real honest with you.
It's mostly
Well-
societal, and also you're able to have clerics.
I'm saying that in
wouldn't
character.
They be,
Oh.
Wouldn't they be unhappy as well?
I
because-
assume that it looks good on a resume. Sorry, Larson, what were you saying?
Wouldn't they be unhappy with the vampire one because they said they want to be on the surface?
I mean, that's a big part
don't
of it.
think they would enjoy it.
Yeah, that's a bit. You're right. I think you're right. But I think the other part is like their goal is to be part of society in a respected manner, which for some reason relies on having a god. But I don't think vampires are respected enough to outweigh right?
So, just to like
The
just kind of
disrespect of being a vampire probably is outweighs the positives of having a god.
just to step in here, because this would be knowledge. Vampire, like the god of vampires is technically just the greater god of death and undeath, which would be the writer. Um,
Mhm.
the writer does not patronize a species specifically. He patronizes the undead because his whole gimmick is taking souls to the afterlife. The undead are patronized by him because they cannot pass into the afterlife, and he's basically waiting to take them. Sentient undead are tolerated in society so long as they keep their more predatory aspects in line. So a vampire needs to ask consent before drinking any blood. They can't kill anyone by drinking blood. A sentient lich, like they
Yeah.
need to ethically
What-
source souls, stuff like that.
What I'm trying to ramble my way across to in character is that like even if they like all the kobolds might now have a god as vampires,
They're
but
also all undead.
they're not going. Yeah, they're undead, so they're not going to be respected in the way they're trying to achieve anyway.
Yeah.
There's also the. I feel like there would be like a multi-layer thing here where it's like, not only are you undead to get a god, you're of a species that didn't have their own god in the first place.
Mm.
Like I feel like there would be like stigma in that of itself. Anyway, pretend I said that in character.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm just enjoying just like this rattling off of. Oh god. Alright. So as you're talking, you hear movement behind you through the crack. And Sinir steps through the crack. And they look down at each of you, the sunlight glinting off of their golden scales. The cannon strapped across their back looks incredibly menacing. And as they look down at you, they say, You doubt my grandfather's goals. Like, it's not so much a question as it is a statement of fact.
Who is your grandfather?
Dracula, one of the Draculas.
He is not a Dracula. Dracula is a single person. I have met him.
Oh, what? That doesn't sound right.
Okay. But what about my question?
He is slow-witted.
We won't lie, we do find discrepancies in his actions.
I mean, I didn't know if you wanted me to fill him in or if you wanted to do it. I didn't know how that was going to go.
So,
I
sorry, go ahead.
Because I'm
No.
piecing together that your grandfather's the vampire. Oh wait! Oh shit! I shouldn't have said that. We're not supposed to know that.
no, we're not supposed to know that yet. No.
Sinir will
I'm
just say,
sorry, Eddie.
he is not a vampire.
Oh, of course he's gonna say that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you wanna...
Nightshade will cock his head and just kind of give him a fucking grin, because Nightshade does know. Nightshade saw it in his head, so I think he's the only one here who doesn't think he's a vampire at this point. Nightshade just cocks his head and gives him a grin.
I honestly don't know what Lorson thinks at this point.
Lorsan doesn't think.
Lorson thinks on a geological scale.
Mm.
Lorson's still
Why?
wondering who the grandfather is.
Oh, that's very funny joke.
Lorson just seems really stupid because he's literally thinking on the same time scale as the planet. In like 400 years, Lorson will like finally have his first idea, and it'll be like the best idea ever.
I know what that is.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
But yes.
Wheels.
Liv, I wrote that history.
Sadir looks down at you, and they say, "If you truly wish to see the fruits of his labor so far, come to his manor in Crestholm. There you will see the resurrection and creation of a new god." And like the way they speak is very, very like metered and deliberate. Like the word choice seems very, very literal. There's no room for like any flowery language, no imagery. It is like each word is exactly what it is supposed to be.
Where is Crestholm?
They just point off in the distance, and you see the massive, the
Sorry, I was
massive,
looking at the map.
yeah, no, the massive fucking capital city off in the distance.
Yes. Awesome, thank you.
They look down, like they look down at the ground, and they say, "My grandfather has labored for a long time. This plan has been in motion for longer than many creatures have been alive. When this plan when this plan began, the deserts of Sandreach had no longer had not yet sanded over.
How long have you been around? Just a curiosity, because time scale, like I want a reference.
I have existed on this plane for 47 years.
Well, that's
not so bad.
yeah, that's that's only a little older than me.
Yeah.
Hey, do you remember that one group of bards like 15 years ago that was coming? Never mind. It was a big thing in the boroughs. They came by every year.
I did not get access to much popular music. It was mostly poetry.
So you're not like from here.
No.
Well, I mean that makes. I guess I didn't want to assume. Do you- Can I have your number in case I need to? Like, I got your grandfather.
You're
You're
says-
saying that was your grandfather? The
yes.
I'll stop calling him a vampire in your presence. I apologize.
Thank you.
Also, okay. Yeah, I'm here, and I just hold out my sending stone at them.
So like they seem to like not quite understand, and they take your sending stone. They're like, "Why are you handing me this?"
You know what? That works. That's okay. If you hold on to that, you can get a hold of Eddie here.
Hi.
How will I
So,
pull
like-
the wet one through the stone?
Well, it's like it's a talking thing.
Oh, it is
Just
it is a speech device. I understand.
yeah, you just hold it
I-
and you think about the person, I think, and then the frequency of the stone vibrates and it talks.
Yes.
I'm glad I was not the only one that was confused by the talking rocks at first.
Didn't dwarves invent those, Larson?
The best part is they did.
I mean, I don't know. I do not know my own culture.
That is true.
I love that. I love that that's a thing.
Yeah. I imagine like when the dwarves like first got their freedom from the mages. That was like the first thing they like. What if they used it like during like their revolution or something? Like they had like a small scale revolt and they invented these things to like pass messages where they couldn't be. That's canon now. I'm sorry. I know I'm making up lore on the spot during a campaign, but that's canon now. I'm doing it.
Just jot down a note and we'll go over it another time.
Yeah, we'll go over it like next time we do a thing.
Yeah.
Point being, Sinir looks at you and is like, you must be you must be cautious if you go to Crestholm. As the capital, it is mostly a place of nobles and upper crust people.
Okay.
If you appear out of place, it will end poorly for you.
Really go for a MacGuffin. Guys, there's this sandwich that we make back home. I'm sorry. What if we were on behalf of another township?
I see where you're going.
I think the people that they're talking about would only like half of the MacGuffin. Just the top half. The upper crust.
Okay.
What?
The name is confusing.
Where did that come from?
The name is confusing, I know. They eat both sides of the sandwich.
I love these two. Okay, we should.
It's why I was very
Lorson, can I
excited
borrow
for
your standing
Lorson to
stone?
meet this character. Session 1 happened, Lorson got brain damage, and I was immediately like, oh fuck, when Sinir shows up, this is gonna be great. Okay, sorry,
If Lorson is willing to give me their sending stone, I would like to just like tap it against my own that is in Sinir's hand. And then, of course, give Lorson back their sending stone.
Okay. I will take the rock.
Oh boy,
I don't know how this works.
You two seem like you would have a great time getting to know more about each other, is just what I'm thinking.
Oh
So,
boy.
just feel free, like, well, I can't speak for you. When I'm making friends, I would say something like, feel free to contact me just whenever to chat, and I'll get back to you when I'm not busy. Something like that. If you two do something like that, that'd be cool. Eddie, should we leave?
We should definitely leave.
Before you do, know that I do this not at my grandfather's behest. In fact, it is against his wishes. But
I was getting that vibe.
I see the propensity for goodness within you, and I believe in my grandfather's mission. Except for the watery one. The watery one is kind of a bitch.
Watery one looks like they'd be using Twitter.
The watery one looks like they would
How
call
dare.
me a slur if they knew what I was. Sorry, pulling it back. So the big creature that you've kind of like working under the impression is some kind of dinosaur or dragon or whatever says, when you approach my grandfather's compound, you must find a way in without being detected. At the lowest point in the oldest building in Crestholm, you will find proof that what he says is true. If he finds out you were there, he will kill you. He has sent many people to the Rider to protect this nascent god.
I feel like he's gonna kill us anyway, so not a whole lot to lose in that regard.
He does not intend to kill you. But he will if you cross him. So don't get
If we're
caught.
5 gold short, yeah, I got that, Jen.
So, Sinir, So Scenario like looks each one of you in the eyes and says, and just starts to head back into the cave. I hope you will assist us in bringing the return of the winged ones. And ducks into the cave.
I don't know what anyone else is thinking, but I bet there's a way we can be friends with him and not his grandpa. Them, sorry.
I'm
I
just
apologize.
gonna say the Sneer is any all pronouns.
I apologize.
No, it's fine. Because
Um,
honestly, the more like Sneer is like gestating in my head, I think they're an any all pronouns kind of person.
I mean, not gonna lie, I want to see it. You know?
Like, they were laughing at our jokes and some stuff, like, and if they're only as old as they're not a vampire, probably, right?
Not yet.
Jesus.
They're not gonna let this bit go ever, are they?
No, they are not.
You know me so well. I mean, I kind of, if they have a nascent god, what they said. I mean, I'm not sure what a nascent is, but I'm pretty sure that like I want to see it anyways.
Jay, do you
think it's
actually
a type
not
of
know
elf.
what Mason means, or?
I know what it means. I know what it
Okay.
means.
All right, Eddie doesn't.
Eddie thinks
Got
it's
it.
a type of
Okay.
elf.
It's hard to tell sometimes.
That's fair. I mean, like, so first of all, I really do think that if the kobolds just told people they had a god, that would do the same thing as having a god.
For real, though, I agree.
I really do. But at the same time, they say they have like this nascent god, and I kind of want to see it. Is that weird? I want to see it.
Yeah,
I
well,
remember-
I'm curious too. Because, like, is there actually one? What's it look
Well-
like? How big is it? I bet it's
Mhm,
slimy.
mhm.
It's slimy?
It's definitely slimy.
It's right. It seems like it would be. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god.
So, okay, this sounds like a weird question because I don't know what people who don't live in holes how they talk, but like, is that just what we're gonna do now? Is go find a god?
I mean,
Like, do you guys want to do that? Like just. I mean, we have all the business stuff behind the scenes. We can keep running this, but like,
yeah, but like if we don't see a god, we'll have missed the opportunity to actually do something that's on Liv's list. Sorry. But if we don't see the god, then
Look,
we'll never know what it's like.
I
So,
have
like, does that
plenty of
mean we
things
should
y'all
help?
to do.
like, I feel like there's a lot of ways we can go about this. Like, because I am very. Lorson, do you want to see a god?
Do you want to see God? Usually that's a
Do you want to
threat.
meet? Do you want to meet one? Well, I think it's not alive yet.
It just kind of depends. Like, I
How
don't
many people
know.
can say that they saw a god before it was a god?
How many people survive meeting gods?
Before they're gods? Probably a lot.
But there is always the possibility that they have to do something to become a god, and we
Oh, this
might
feels like
be the
long-term
something to
plans.
go against them.
Yeah, you're.
Like, what happens if their special trial thing is kill us?
Yeah.
Then what?
Then we get
Well,
to
then
kill a
we'd be
god for
dead.
reals.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was gonna bring
Well,
that
then
up
do
again.
we
Is
become
like,
gods?
Yo. I mean, we'd be gods and god slayers. That's kind of hype.
yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, I was eventually gonna try to bring up that like I've still been telling people we killed a god.
I
It
do.
hasn't been relevant in the immediate area recently, but
I mean, yeah, we could make it real.
I feel like, well, eventually we're gonna get called into this either way with that reputation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I do want to remind you guys also is that like every god in this setting was just a regular person. They just had the potential. Any one of you could have the potential, and you just don't know yet. So, becoming a god is a valid ending.
Time check is time, just by the way.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was gonna,
to
I was
say.
gonna, I was gonna like wrap us up like once we're done with this conversation.
I was just gonna ramble about what's next, so
All right.
if anyone wants me to do that, I can, but
So I guess like you should probably decide like what your next course of action is because damn, like I very much expected this to end in bloodshed, but I was not expecting the rescuing of the little scammer kobold. You guys have shown a lot of like uncaring for like kobold lives.
Okay, I think
I
the
like this
dynamics have been
one.
set,
Hmm.
and I think the dynamic is Eddie hates all kobolds.
Yeah.
Eddie hates everyone.
I feel guilty is what my vibe is with the kobolds,
Yeah.
to be honest.
And me, for Nightshade specifically, I'm gonna say, it's the idea that the longer he knows someone, the more he becomes protective of them. And because you've put gold scales like in his vision for long enough, now he's become protective of him.
Yeah, it's just really interesting. Like session one, like you just come across the kobolds. I'm like, all right, so I'll have the kobolds like try and talk. I'll have that, and then it's just like, all right, you triggered the trap, you avoided it, and then they went back to work, and then you just came around the corner and just fucking doom music just started playing, and now it's like, all right, this kobold who you were more than willing to just turn into paste in session one like is getting turned into paste by someone else to establish a villain, and you're just like, no, it's our kobold. I'm just,
Nobody gets to punch him but me.
He's mine.
I don't know. It's
No.
just really fun. Like yeah,
But like, just for a point of clarity,
mhm.
Eddie has nothing against kobolds specifically. It's that Eddie doesn't have respect for somebody who is a mark. For somebody who is easy to fall for scams, Eddie does not respect them. It's part of her smuggler's background.
Fair enough.
And if anything, seeing the guy be ready to give a kobold over $5, or being $5 short, is convincing her that this is a scam and the kobolds are marks, but which she already believed anyways.
Okay.
She's already just written off the kobolds as, someone that you scam from.
Yeah.
Which
fair enough.
which is why that she doesn't respect it. It's not like a racist thing. It is just that.
Okay.
I'm now very
Okay.
curious on Eddie's perspective of my character in how I keep almost falling for these scams.
Honestly, Eddie has kind of like enjoys talking with Lynn, like just like character wise. It's like these conversations are very interesting. Eddie is nonchalant but low key scared of Nightshade just because like what's going on there. And somehow Lorson has gotten into the lovable idiot, like, I will protect this creature with my life even though they are a merc. I'm going to make sure that no one else scams them because their heart is too pure for it.
Oh no.
Like
all right. Well, so
I have
I'm
a proposal for what's next if we have 2 seconds.
okay. I was about to ask actually what your next plan was because I got to actually plan out. Like I have ideas, but I don't have maps yet.
Yeah, like we have 2 places we kind of want to check out, right? There's in the Delwar Mountains, the Free State Mountain. And then there's also Crestholm.
Crestholm
what if
is
we
sorry.
I'm from Crestholm.
Yeah.
I believe that's where I was an accountant for a long time.
Yeah, that's
and seeing a god sounds like a really cool thing, frankly.
Now,
I was thinking about that and how we were kind of told that we might have some issues just being there.
if you don't look like you fit in, you're gonna draw suspicion, especially since you
Mhm.
know they're on the lookout. Like it's like a nationwide thing, looking out for a smuggler of Tressum. So
So I would like to propose to our team that we go home on our way. Maybe stop by the Free State Mountain on the way back. Like do a loop really quick, but maybe stop by the burrows and go to Crestholm on behalf of them. I will try to convince my my peoples to let me go to get the money they think I need to get them.
so you're gonna try
And I want to pitch.
Hmm?
And I want to pitch to those people the idea of Corcairn,
Corcairn.
that one. The idea of of this being a mountain pass to get to Powder Keg.
So
Yeah, we did have the idea to have the
Hmm.
a pathway through there.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think your idea was for Jacob to send. So instead of bringing back money, have Jacob send workers to work on the cheap in exchange for letting Jacob smuggle shit from Corcairn into Mountain Shade into Kingsfall. And then yeah, and then into Powder Keg.
Mhm.
Which I mean Jacob's entirely on board with that because while Corcairn is a very peaceful place, like they're halflings, they smoke weed, they smoke weed, they fuck, they grow food, and they get bored. And it's bored halflings that are the ones that do the crime. Like not because, you know, they're malicious, it's literally they're bored. So like, yeah. Literally you could like Jacob, you could just institute like a new halfling criminal renaissance. Yeah. So okay, so you're unless like someone objects, like Linen's proposed plan is make your way from Tresemir.
Bad girl.
Probably to Powder Keg to talk. Well, it depends how we'd have to get a hold of Jacob, because if Eddie can get a hold of Jacob to meet somewhere, like meet at the burrows,
Yeah, that
then we
would not
can.
be difficult. Like Jade, Eddie has like pretty good ability to contact Jade because they've got sending stones, but also like
Yeah.
your way through
Asleep.
your way from Tresemir to Powder Keg is like unless you're going above ground, which you know would require a
Oh,
border.
goodness, no.
Yeah, which require a border check.
Mhm.
Yeah, like when there's a Cold War going on. You have
No,
to
we're
pass
taking the
through.
smuggler's path.
Yeah,
Oh
you'd
yeah,
have to pass through.
we have to go the smuggler path either
Yeah,
way,
you'd have
right?
to pass through Jacob's mind, so like literally you're going right by his house. Yeah, and then going from Powder Keg down to King's Fall to the Burrows would not be hard, or you could go Powder Keg, Free State, Mountains, and then just fucking on your way back from Free State go to the Burrows.
I don't mind
entirely up
which
to you what you
order
wanna
we do that in. It's up that can be however everyone else feels.
Nope.
It might be a good idea to do. Well, I don't know how well does clothing keep.
Clothing?
It's like, well, my idea is at the burrows to pick up something that looks a little more regal,
Um,
so then we look like we fit in at Crestholm.
hmm.
Or would Crestholm have would they have like the wherewithal to realize that different societies might have a different look for nobility?
You would probably want to speak with Jacob about getting some like some Estelian couture, I suppose.
Okay, so
I actually had been intending on doing that
nobility
anyways.
things won't help us.
So I mean, like, yeah, like the goblins might not. So like the visual culture of the Republic and the Kingdom is basically the same. The only difference is that the Republic, because it's a democracy, doesn't have a landed nobility. So
Are you a
like,
pet
Oh, okay, I see.
or
So
a
that
snack?
that bit of it I won't be able to solve.
yeah, but like Jacob could probably get you some if like you know, like if you get him sorted out with like a partnership with the goblins, he could probably grab you some expensive fucking clothes, or at the very least like have some like, you know, No, it's not Gucci, it's Bucci, you know what I'm saying? You know?
I really don't.
Counterfeit designer labels.
Ah.
I will point out, just like as like a peek behind the curtain, the burrows will take longer than the fucking Free State Mountain. I do wanna like point that out.
And
So-
give me a quick reminder on the Free State Mountain.
The Free State Mountain is where
Dwarf
where the Duke said that Lorson would be able to find out more about himself and his connection with his homeland.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Lorson, did you ever get back to me on whether you want to use the Corrosion Dwarf stat block or not?
Oh, I did not get back to you, but yeah, I was planning to use it.
Okay. Get with me at some point, and I'll change your sheet to reflect it.
Gotcha.
How does that plan kind of sound in general then?
Sounds good to me.
Sounds
yeah.
good.
Hell yeah.
We want to do goblins first, or we want to plan for dwarves first?
Gumba Bobblins.
I'm not picky. We got business
Oh.
at both places.
Oh, if the
I guess we're
goblin
going
thing,
home.
the goblin thing goes the way that I think it's gonna go, this is gonna be actually really good. It's gonna make the Free State Mountain even better.
Okay, so we.
Oh god, I have no clue what to expect here.
So Lennon, correct me if I'm wrong, but your plan is
Go home
to-
without having the money? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I
when you-
interrupted you.
No, when you phrase it like that, yeah, okay.
We're
But-
bringing Jacob and whatever he brings, right?
Yeah.
We'll talk our way out of it.
Yeah. Well, like
But we go there and do stuff there. What are we trying to convince them of?
My original idea was that if we go to the boroughs, on behalf of the boroughs, we could approach Crestholme, and that might give us an air of legitimacy when running about the city if we have a piece of paper saying we're from a different township looking for help.
Okay.
You mean like being one of the nobility of Powder Keg, which I basically already am?
I mean, that's also a thing.
This was my plan.
Okay, well, yeah.
So we go back to these areas to
Yeah.
get a sense of false nobility. Stop by the
Um,
boroughs, then
Yep.
go to.
I guess the main reason to do the boroughs at this point is to set up the trade routes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go to Crestonhome. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Do
That work.
dwarf things?
I'll get the paperwork to go to Crestholme so we can go there as an ambassador from Powder Keg.
And hope they don't notice the fact that you're wanted for
Smuggling.
illegal trafficking.
Hold on,
Yeah.
Eddie.
I'm
is
not
the-
wanted for illegal trafficking. I have my paperwork showing that I've been in Powder Keg this whole time.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Um,
Sure, Jan.
Liv's
Is-
gonna have a lot of fun, isn't she? Holy
Yes,
shit.
I am.
Oh, totally. It's gonna be
Is
great.
the-
Can't wait.
Is the proposed trade route through the trade route, air quotes, from
Smuggling
Powder
route.
Keg?
Smuggling route, really.
Yeah. Is that is that going to be guised as like an official trade route with Powder Keg?
Mhm.
Cool.
Oh yeah, this is an official trade route. It just, is going to have controlled inspections that are going to be pre-notified of any travelers for the convenience.
So yeah, in exchange, like Jacob swallows the cost of helping get the infrastructure fixed to help you open the mine again.
Cool. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll work. That'll work.
All right. All right. Well, if that's everything, I think then we can wrap that up. I was very much expecting blood to happen. I was actually
I
worried
was
about.
too.
I was
Liv,
expecting
out of
TPK.
curiosity,
Mm-hmm.
what exactly
next
did
time.
you expect to happen?
I
wanna know.
expected-
I'm curious.
I expected you to let Gold Scale fucking die. And at that point, the Duke would see you as opportunists, very, very similar to Gold Scale. And basically, treat you with a lot less cordiality than he did. And it would be less of a trying to convince you to team up and more of a, hey, back the fuck up, help me or die. And of course, like that would most likely lead to you guys throwing hands. Duke Gearden would leave, and you would have to fight Sinir, and you would see what would happen with that naval gun.
No,
Okay, so
Sinir's our best
we-
friend. Sinir's
Yeah.
Lorsen's
Yeah.
best friend. That's
we
fine.
vibe with Sneer. We're cool with
We
Sneer.
avoid what was it called? Filicide? We avoided Filicide.
Man.
Mhm.
I was actually excited for you to fight her because she is an Oath of the Sea Dog paladin, which is like my my pirate paladin subclass. They've got a
Now we
really
got
fun
two
ability.
Chucklefucks.
Yeah,
Okay, but now we got the two Dum Dum characters
yeah. Well,
constantly connected via phone.
Sinir isn't a dum dum
we're
though. She's
both
just
paladins.
hyper literal. Sinir
Okay,
is just
but, like,
hyper
you
literal.
get the-
I know what you
you get the
mean.
point.
It's just you're wrong.
Okay.
Meh, 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 meh. Actually,
Meow meow
I
meow meow
think
meow.
I think Jade might have been the only person that in a fight with Sinir would not have an issue. Because you have a swim speed,
did-
don't you?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Imagine not having a swim speed. That'd be weird.
Yeah.
Imagine being made of rock and just sinking.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually,
That-
True.
Wait, that does beg the question. Would Lorsen really care about the rock, or does he still need to breathe air?
he does not need to breathe. This is not a drowning thing. This is getting beat to shit by waves thing.
Mm.
So Oath of the Sea Dog Paladin, their channel divinity lets them create a 10-foot square of water that is just casts fuck you on an area.
Amazing.
Yeah. You every turn that you're in it, you get battered for 1d4 bludgeoning damage, and she can move through it no problem. Like, I think that Jade is literally the only person that would have no issue with it because of the swim speed.
I mean, Liv, I can just float.
By the way,
Mm-hmm.
sorry, just looking something up. My swim speed is actually equal to my movement speed. So any of my monk bonuses that give me extra speed increase my swim
wild.
speed as well.
Well, that's interesting.
On that note, my movement seems to be incorrect on my character sheet, but we can worry about that later.
Yeah, we can worry about that later. You can fiddle with that later.
I'm not getting the plus 10 movement that
Yeah.
I'm supposed to get at level 2.
Yeah. Yeah. But Jade, if you wanna fuck with Plutomancy Wizard, please do. It is entirely a class based around doing money shit. I do plan on adding like specific like Plutomancy school spells, but that's not gonna be for a while yet. That might not even be until we're done with the campaign. But flavoring
not worried about it.
flavoring
I'll take a look at
spells
it,
is
though.
free. Flavoring spells is free. But yes, thoughts.
Thank you for the game.
Thoughts, things you like, things you disliked. Anyone?
I really like the side banter between Lynn and I.
It's honestly pretty good.
It's
That has
gold.
been very
It's all
fun.
gold.
I
All of it.
honestly like out of character. I really do like the kind of catch-22 of the situation we got, where yes, like we want to help the little helpless kobolds. Well, I mean, most of the party does at least, but the catch of being, we really don't know if this guy has their best interests of heart,
Mm.
because he's willing to just completely just kill one on the spot.
So yeah, guy.
I think it's a very interesting dichotomy of
Yeah.
like
He's honestly one of my favorite characters. I really like the idea of someone who is very much I believe in making all of this benefit, but like individuals he does not care all that much about. I like that as a concept for a character.
And now to make Liv hate me and say he just gives Zamasu vibes.
I'm going to create the Zero Xenos plan.
You
Oh,
gonna
no.
kill me? You gonna kill me, Lou?
Yes, I'm gonna fucking Hakai you, motherfucker. Alright. Yeah, anyone else? Concerns? Goods? Bads? Yeses? Nos?
Nopes.
Oops.
I'm just having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I know I wasn't super talkative this time around, but
No, that's understandable.
life.
I like
Mhm.
I like making up conspiracy theories inside your world.
Oh, same.
They're all
same,
great.
big
They're
same.
all great.
And
Like,
let's all just appreciate the fact that we have gone another session without having to partake in any combat.
Mhm.
I'm getting at the
Honestly,
point where
great.
I'm going to have to use quantum ogres, and I hate that.
Oh.
That requires explanation later.
Yeah, I don't know. What that is
Fuck.
either,
Okay, a
but
quantum
it's
ogre
okay.
is like, hey, you go down one path, there's an ogre. You go down
Oh.
another path, there's the same ogre because the DM wants you to fight this ogre. I usually don't.
You mean like how a DM will have a trap or a monster or an encounter,
Yeah.
but not have it set in a place until it's set in a place.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Schrodinger's ogre.
Schrodinger's ogre. Yeah,
Yep.
like I don't
Mhm.
like using them because I like giving players like ways to work around things, but you guys continually pick the path of like what I'm not expecting you to do, or this will
Isn't that
avoid a
great?
combat. It's great. I love it. I love this. I love social situations, but at the same time, I demand blood.
Well, we'll get there one day, probably.
One day.
Maybe.
One day we will have blood. All right,
Mhm.
but
I do like your I don't know what type of creature they are. The big kobold.
Yeah,
very
it's a
much
dragonborn, I assume.
it's a dragonborn.
Yeah, okay. Just
Yeah,
checking.
like yeah, Linen. Yeah, it's a dragonborn, but
Yeah,
like
it-
yeah, maybe
My new player goal is that they're my friend.
Okay,
Yay.
okay.
Yeah.
Like I'm honestly surprised that you didn't have like a moment on the mic of you fucking calling me a bitch, Linen, because you helped me design half the fucking dragonborn lore.
Mm.
I'm very
Right.
interested to see how that actually plays into the storyline now. It's gonna be weird.
Yeah,
I mean,
because now you have to experience it. You helped me write the thing that's going to kick your ass.
Well,
We
we wrote
also-
their history. I want to know what happens next.
That's
It's great.
true. That's true. All right.
Another really fun trope that we also kind of played with here, like
Mhm.
without really thinking about it, the idea of like a jaded immortal creature seeing the
Mhm.
humanity of lesser lived creatures,
Hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
and I found that very fun too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, but
I am having a good time.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I am in a lot of pain, and I gotta see what's going on with that cat.
Sorry.
So I'm gonna end off for now. My raid button is broken, so I guess I'm not doing a raid.
Do it from your
I-
phone.
Do it from my phone. How do I do it from my phone?
The same way you normally would. Sorry.
Okay, you just
I'm
type-
going to close out here too because I need to get some food, and you
Yeah.
are nice, and I appreciate you.
Yeah. Okay.
Take care.
We're gonna raid Sprig.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
We're gonna raid Sprig. I hate to raid and run, but I will see everybody tomorrow probably. Bye bye. I love you. Bye.